What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Lore Reloaded Star Trek Adventures, the RPG game where we do this all for your entertainment with basically the most corrupt crew that I ever had. I know Runner disagrees with that. One day he'll get to talk about it. But right now, you might notice we don't have Ketwalski because he's a pansy and was tired, even though we are all tired, and we still showed up because, some of us have to do this for a job, but who cares if we screw over the other person? I want to welcome those who care about whether I can feed my kids or not. Jesse Ginder here, as well as Lore Runner. How you guys doing today?
I'm doing good. I was literally.
As long as you're on the stream, I don't care.
You're okay with me sleepwalk gaming tonight, right?
That was the requirement with Modifius. I was like, hey, I will have people on the stream. I didn't say what we'd be doing on the stream.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I'm actually about to film my Andy Warhol film where I'm just gonna be sleeping for 24 hours.
Dude, jealousy.
Yeah.
That's how this works. Hope everybody's doing well today. We're gonna just jump right into it. We got a lot going on since what happened last time. It would be fair.
I forgot about that.
It would be fair to say that S has hit the fan. If you guys would like to give suggestions or let us know if we're doing something right or wrong, let me know in the comments.
Probably something wrong.
Right. R. McDudd, tell me what stress checks are made to recover stress during a scene. Fitness and control. That's what I was looking for. I could not find stress. So I'll tell you, I really do like Star Trek Adventures. I think the book is pretty, I think the overall concept is really cool. The book can sometimes be hard to understand. So that's why I was hoping you could help me out with that. So now that I have stress checks, we can use that a little bit more. Just for those who you want to know, if you want to give us suggestions, definitely let us know in the comments. They may take it up. They may not. It's up to them. And of course, if you want to give feedback, be welcome to give me feedback. Depending on how you give it to me is whether I'll do it or not. So for instance, if you tell me I'm an idiot and I did something wrong, you can be guaranteed for the rest of this series that's the way it's going to be done. Also, last thing, just to let you guys know, this is actually our season runs up to 10 episodes, maybe 11 depending. So there should be at least 10 to 11 gameplays. And then of course, if we have to do multi-parts because we're getting tired or whatever, then there you go. All right, with that out of the way, we're going to get started. I'm going to pull this up right here. I was going to have Ketwalski do it with his wonderful voice, but he's gone. So, Jesse,
oh God,
as your character, say last time on Behind the Lines.
Last time on Behind the Lines.
After obtaining a Dominion weapon so that the Starfleet Corps of Engineers are able to determine how the technology is able to bypass Federation shielding, the crew of the SS Bad Faith made their way to the remains of the new Bajor colony. While attempting to find a Federation power source in a shuttle, they discover a Section 31 facility comprised of Federation and Starfleet and Borg technology. While in discussions with the director, the SS Bad Faith comes under fire from not one but two Orion warships. The crew begins utilizing the transporters to assist the Bad Faith, but unfortunately, the ship takes massive damage, and after a transportation of unknown gas onto the bridge of the Orion ship goes awry and runs into the Bad Faith. The ship is now dead and the ship goes dead, collides with the Bad Faith, and both the Orion ship as well as the Bad Faith are now plummeting towards the planet's atmosphere. The Bad Faith is unfortunately dead in the water, with the Orion ship not much better, but they do apparently still have power. Now, we're going to actually begin the description of where it's going, but give me one quick second. I thought I had this pulled up, but I didn't.
I just see you're on top of stuff.
I'm here for you. That's what I'm actually here for. I also get to decide how difficult stuff is, so keep talking crap. That's all I'm saying. All right. See, and now I can't find it now that I sit here and I got cocky with you. All right. So here we go. And I'm going to do this. Pull this over here, which is going to mess with people for a second. I apologize. I'm sorry,
Exciting
Mrs. Jackson.
It's been a long road.
No.
Every time there's dead air, I'm just gonna sing that song.
Oh God! I grab Ladira's phaser and shoot my own head. Turn it right, just turn it right around. You
just don't even shoot me. You just
there. The noise is gone.
That's sweet. That's sweet release.
Oh, on the stream, it looks like there's a giant calculator. Oh, there's
something like
that.
Calculator on her face.
That's a good calculator. All right, you ready? Here we go.
Let's do it.
Here we go. You are still in the transporter room, bewildered after seeing the events on the screen. The SS Bad Faith is screaming towards the planet along with the remaining Orion ship, as we've discussed. Your sensors show that the SS Bad Faith has no power to it and is not responding to hails. No systems appear to be operational, from what you can tell. From what your sensors tell you, though, the ship will impact the surface in 3 minutes. You actually have, in real time, 10 minutes to decide what you're going to do.
That looks like 8 to me.
Yeah, I know. I actually put 8.
I don't know if you're screwing with us, but you have 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Okay, no problem. I'll just take my time here. And
now it's actually started, and the scene begins.
I immediately turn to the nearby guard and I say, "Where's your ship?"
Well, there's multiple guards, but one of them looks at you.
I grab one by the uniform. Where's your ship?
He points. He says, "It's down the hall. We actually
have
two ships." Okay.
I start. I'm like, "Oh shit, okay."
I assume she's gonna have. She knows me well enough to know where I'm thinking here. I assume she's gonna get this transporter.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm gonna jump on the transporter and start teleporting as many people as I can.
Okay. When you mess with a teleporter, you know that it's actually a transporter, so that's going to be give me the we're on a time limit. Give me the rolls for that, which would be your I don't have it pulled up. It would be
someone's gonna yell at me for saying teleporter.
Yeah, I was teasing you when I said that. So what are you going to do while you're doing that, because we're on the time limit? What are you going to do when you get to the ship?
I'm going to get to the transporter room that exists on that ship and start beaming people off.
Okay, gotcha. I just want to make sure. Well, I didn't know if you were going to get in it and be like,
and I'm out.
One for all for one. All right, give me.
It's like I know him well enough. He's
Jesse.
I'm good.
Jesse, give me an insight. No, give me an insight plus engineering, or control plus engineering. That's what we're going to do.
1 success, 1 failure, but not a critical failure.
Okay. All right. And then it's going to take you a minute or two, but we're going to go ahead and get the get your roll. Give me the same thing, runner.
I like that, runner. I think that's 1 success and 1 failure. Pretty sure.
Okay, but you don't know. You don't know.
Well, I don't have my character sheet up right now, and that might help, admittedly.
Okay. You want to pull that up?
In my defense, I have like 18 tabs up right now because I'm trying to update the website. I'm getting the YouTube things about. Okay, what was the 2 things again?
Insight or control plus engineering. If this is a bad time, I got 7 minutes and 42 seconds.
No, it's cool. It's cool. I was actually right. I am correct. That is 1 success.
Okay. And then I am going to have their systems help you out. So that is an additional.
Apparently, success. I suck at the teleporter.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys you already had, I believe it was 2 tokens. You now have 2 more. Now you're beginning to transport them off.
Wait. Is any of them a Cardassian?
No.
Damn. Okay, go ahead. Continue.
You're dealing with a Federation ship, so there's not any Cardassians.
I might have been in the other timeline.
Okay. Well, I guess that's possible. So you begin transporting them off. From what you can tell, it doesn't seem like you're going to be able to get everybody off in time. It does appear like it's a very slow process, and you have. Well, that's not necessarily. It's going to be close. You could quite possibly actually. There's not a ton of people on that ship. It's going to be close, but you should be able to get them all off in time. So, do you want to continue going down that route then?
So, I'm sorry.
No, go.
Okay.
I was just going to say
one thing to change, just so you know, just to add to it. As you're transporting them, the guards stay with you with their weapons ready, and actually a few guards did follow you, Lore Runner. And
that's actually good.
Yeah, they're having their weapons set just in case anyone gets belligerent or concerned, or because they don't really have a lot of time to explain everything that's going on.
That actually makes perfect sense. Wide range stun, you know how it is. Yeah. Don't miss like I did. Okay, so you said 2 ships.
Yeah, there's 2 ships there.
Go get to the other ship right now, and I say this in an extremely commanding tone. I'll roll for this if I have to.
No, he'll go ahead and do it because he realizes what's going on.
Yeah, no, this is the no really moment.
Right.
Get over there and get these people off this ship. And if using 3, okay, I can't say anything because I'm focused on.
Well, I was gonna say, while I'm going, would it be too distracting to contact the captain? And
you can try, but that's gonna take a. Oh no, you can't. You're talking about on the Bad Faith?
Yeah,
they're not responding to Hells. The ship seems dead in the water.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Then for my aspect as I transporting people, I'm going to deprioritize the captain, knowing that he would want to go down with the ship.
It's what he'd want.
I mean, just for him, for you, buddy. No,
he's just sitting on the bridge. It's them. I know it's them. I can't prove it's them.
But legitimately, I would deprioritize him, knowing that like captains would want to go last.
I mean, I would too. To be perfectly blunt, he is also the least priority thing right now, like in a pure calculus kind of a way, Real quick. So, can I, while I'm doing this, tap my badge and talk to her?
Yeah, it's gonna. I'm gonna make you do another roll to be able to concentrate, or you can.
I'm still gonna do it. Nope, I'm doing it.
I'm doing it.
Burn
a thing. Okay.
Nope. Okay. What's the stats? Because that's a good roll.
The stats are.
I thought that was a cat for a second. Oh my god.
No, there is a cat. All right, go.
Are you having a life?
I am. Go down, baby. Love you.
Control and.
Just like, because that's how I roll. Control and. I've said it a couple times, buddy. Give me a second.
Well, whatever it is, it's 2 successes.
Okay. Whatever it is.
Control by itself succeeds. If I was just rolling control, I succeed.
Control
twice.
and engineering. Okay.
So I succeed twice.
Okay.
So, oh God, Vera.
Yes, what's up?
I've got all 3 transporters going. Pause. Can you find the weapon?
Yes, I will try and do that.
Okay.
So yeah, that'll be my go.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be me.
Insight plus engineering. This way we go. Unless you can justify science in under 3 minutes.
I mean, I can always justify science, but science is cool, and that is a fail.
Oh,
a fail on both.
What's the science? Well, one success, 1 fail. Sorry.
Okay. Is it a critical failure?
No, it's not a critical failure.
Okay. You want to burn one of your insights?
Yes, I'll burn one. Why not?
Okay. Do you just want to add an instant thing, or what do you want to do with it?
Just add an instant success.
Okay. So you are able to find it. You'll have to take a second out to beam it on, but it would seem you still should have enough time with the 3 transporters all working.
Cool. And I also yell at 2 of the crew members that are dematerialized. I'm like, hey, grab this thing that's coming in a second, so that I don't have to get off and grab it off the transporter pad.
Right. Well, they look confused, as you do. The guards kind of cajole them into doing it, and they move it off. As you guys are working on that, you suddenly hear, it seems like a lot of things are happening outside. There's a lot of excitement. People are running back and forth. You hear on the intercom, all batteries lock onto the Orion ship and fire. Prepare for impact. Something seems to be afoot.
That's fine.
Do we want to save any of the Orions?
No.
It would be the moral thing to do.
Well, I'm in calculus mode.
Character.
So yeah, this is on you. If we're still, in fact, our comms are probably still open. Come to think of it.
Do you want to take a look at the ship to see what kind of thing it's in, what kind of stand it's in, see if you can get them or not?
Sure. Yeah.
Give me a control plus engineering. Or that'll
work. 1 success, 1 failure.
Computer helps you. Actually, looks like the ship is attempting to go to warp at the moment.
All right. Well, then fuck them, I guess.
Well, that seems to be a very bad thing at the moment.
Are their shields up?
It's going to screw everybody over, huh?
Yeah.
Shields up.
Are you with Vera to ask her that question?
I am currently in an open comm link with Vera. Vera, are their shields up?
From what you can tell, it appears like their shields aren't up at the moment.
So yeah, they're gonna fuck us over. What?
You could deal with that. Beam their warp core out.
Oh God.
How the?
Just rip it out.
Can we do that?
Not easy.
One of the things.
Yeah, you can
hang on.
try.
One of the things that transporters are capable of doing is just grabbing an area. They've actually done this several times in TNG in specific. They just say, grab whatever's in that space, whatever it is.
That won't cause some sort of warp core, like some breach.
That's
just
the
like
idea.
40 seconds to make the decision.
Fuck it. Let's have some fun. Let's go.
That's the idea.
Okay. Roll.
All right. Why not? I'm rolling it. Where am I rolling?
That's a great question. You are going to roll. Which is more, daring or control plus engineering? I stopped it so that I could decide. I stopped it for you guys so that I could decide, since that was on me.
My daring is higher. Basically, I already rolled. If you say it's daring and engineering, then I get 2 successes. If you say control and engineering, I get 1.
Okay. So, the computer will help you. I'm trying to think this through. So you're.
Oh yeah, do me a favor. Don't beam it down here.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm gonna beam it.
All of a sudden, as you just see it appear right next to you, you look out the window.
Oh, is that about 10 episode seasons?
You look out the window, and you're like, you see it just right there.
No, I teleported as far away as the teleporters can possibly reach.
Trying to think of how a ship would respond while damaged, going into warp, and then all of a sudden having the warp core somehow ripped out from it while it's doing it.
I mean, I can think of some funny things that could happen.
Yeah, I'm thinking of some.
Like singing with Benny, like.
Well, the one thing that happens for sure is the ship looks like it's about to go to warp and destroy all the atmosphere absolutely around it. That doesn't happen on the bright side. The ship does continue to plummet, and it. So what happens is the nacelles actually light up like they're about to go. It looks like the bubble is formed for a brief second. It moves forward, and then it just twists and destroys itself with nothing but debris raining down, like it's a hellacious landscape on Earth. So that happens. That's a positive.
So it's the Abrams effect. Basically.
Yeah,
I was gonna say this is Into Darkness sort of.
Yep.
Shit.
And then where did you try to beam it?
Like I said, as far away as possible into space. Space.
Operations.
Right onto the bridge of the Bad Faith. Right next to the captain.
Which we knew this is the way you want it to go.
Everybody transports off, and he looks over, and it's just this big, massive Hulk.
It's just this freaking warp core right there on his bridge.
What the fuck?
It's like, I know it's them. I can't prove it.
As he's dying, he wouldn't even curse us who killed him. He'd be like, "Flogs!" or "Moga."
He do like the Kirk yell.
Yep.
I'm glad it was them. All right. All right. So that's still going to suck.
He just yells Porthos.
Porthos. Yeah, he doesn't even.
He just as he's dying, he yells Porthos.
Oh dear God.
God, you have incredibly unimaginative trolls, Other Lore. I'm so sorry you have to deal with that.
There are trolls in it? What are they doing? You should be able to kick them out if you don't like them.
Okay. How do I do that?
We can do that. Yeah.
So, which troll? Because some of them like mess. Some of them just joke around.
Timmy the Squirrel, in this case.
Timmy the Squirrel? Oh, I'll take a look at it. He could be being silly. So anyway, it doesn't matter. So what happens is you put it in space. It tries to go to warp and doesn't have anything to go to warp with after creating a bubble, so it explodes in a fiery furnace that would be near to a warp core breach. You can't get it too far out into space, so it is still near near the atmosphere or in the atmosphere. As it explodes, you hear on the couple of things you hear along with some curse words. When it comes, it says, "Sir, the ship has been destroyed. The warp core apparently has been beamed out of the ship itself. Who the hell did that? It's sir. We have
not my fault. You've never heard of tactics,
sir.
I have no idea. That's crazy.
It appears we have a warp core breach in progress. There's not a ship to have a warp core breach in process around," and then it explodes and the shockwave comes. Go ahead and give me a what was it? He said it was R. McDudd was a fitness plus what? Who has a good memory of what he said it was? You guys were here for that.
Fitness, but I forget anything. That's not right in front
It was
of me.
fitness plus control.
Okay. Fitness plus control.
Difficulty
Attributes
2,
only?
fitness and control.
Okay.
That's what it
do
said.
that. Don't
Really?
rely on that. Don't rely on that difficulty. But
Oh yeah.
Difficulty 2.
I think it's more reason and insight combined together.
if I had to say something,
For a combined total of 21 for me, so I literally not fail.
Yeah, no. I just read it out loud. I just read this. What was it again?
It was fitness
and
plus-
control. Yeah, fitness. So that's 10. Why the hell's control? Why is it fitness? Actually, that makes no sense.
Yeah, because they're both attributes.
Yeah, those are both attributes.
yeah. But no, I wouldn't be surprised. That's
The
Armic Dud has
difficulty
played
there
this
is
along.
21, which it is impossible to fail.
Yeah, mine
Sure.
would be 16.
So you
which
get
I
2 successes. Well, I mean, it's kind of like though when you go into warp. Like unless there's a stressor, if you go to warp and you plot a course, it actually has a difficulty of 0, but I can still have you roll to get the
momentum.
Speaking
of which, I rolled and I got critical success and then just regular success.
Okay, he's saying fitness plus control. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
Whatever. Either way, I get 2 successes,
Congrats.
and that's it. I rolled 2 13s.
Nice.
Nice.
That's terrible.
It may be, and I guess you could consider it one of the ways, like in D&D, the only way to fail is to do a critical failure.
Yeah,
sometimes, so that could be the way here too. The only way to fail is to get a whatever it is. All right, so you hear brace for impact from the shockwave of the warp core breach. There was no ship for a warp core breach, and then all of a sudden, you brace.
So they're saying fitness plus command, by the way.
I don't even want to listen to that. I like control. Command doesn't even make any sense. You're commanding your body to not do something?
Attention! Do not fall to this phaser that's hitting you right now. I commanded thee.
So yeah, it hits the entire installation shakes. There's explosions and rocks come out of the walls as they do. Because that's what happens when you're.
Are there
cardboard.
sparks?
And
Yeah,
there's
like
sparks.
cardboard rocks.
It actually takes. It's a pretty massive hit. All the systems and stuff go down. Lights power out for a second. Both of you guys are okay. You're able to steady yourselves. It was a difficulty too, but as you can see, people are pretty hurt on the ground and somewhat confused. You hear. Coming over the intercom. The intercom itself is kind of buzzed, and it's just coming in and out. It says damage, report to engineering, power out, things like that, trying to get commands out.
Gotcha.
And yeah, that's where it's at. The people that you got off, actually, unfortunately, the captain wasn't able to be gotten off. Perhaps he just didn't.
Died the way he lived.
Died the way he lived, confused and screwed over by you guys.
Yes. The first thing I do when I say to the crew is like, so we're on a Section 31 base, and this is all their fault. We had nothing to do with it.
What the fuck's a Section 31?
I was going to say, what's a Section 31 would be
We'll
the
get
immediate
there.
reaction.
Yeah, I know.
So-
Well, everyone should know about it, as according to Discovery canon. So...
But I'm trying to stop coughing, not the cough further.
But no, I just tell them.
Didn't you guys
all
watch Discovery? No.
Yeah, black badges everywhere. But yeah, no, I try to relay blame.
Just instantly.
Yeah.
I'm just in damage control mode.
Yeah.
You go here.
I-
You check
I-
this. This goes here.
Yeah, I just use it.
So-
it's like, you think how you doing? On to
Cito?
Cito.
Sorry,
what I
I'm trying really hard not to cough here. I don't know what's up with this all of a sudden.
You have been
I blame
sick
you.
every time we interact.
I'm telling you, there's something. He's leeching my life force out. So there's a noticeable
Can only be one
pause.
lore.
That's true. There's just lightning, and we got our swords. So I'm there's this noticeable pause before I respond, and I'm just like, so I don't think we got everyone. Did you get the thing?
I did get the thing. Is the captain there with you? Guess you should have this sad dramatic
And I've
moment.
Part of him's there.
oh God, don't make me do that. Hang on, roll to see which part of him came along.
Oh Are we gonna do the Star Trek the motion picture thing? Is like,
Oh God,
yeah.
no, they're forming. No. The captain.
What
I'm
arrived
sure.
didn't live long.
Yeah, whatever.
Thankfully.
I have a feeling that the captain was in the escape pod before he got hit by the warp core breach.
I'm sure that's what happened.
And I'm certain. Meanwhile, hang on, real quick. There's suddenly a scene transition, and we see Dr. Moga. He's in a completely separate room with a personal transporter and the captain, who is unconscious. And he's like, and he's just looking down, and I'm like,
oh my God!
Then it cuts back to us.
We may actually do something with. Yeah, and he has that. That's the last time he's seen in this episode. It's like.
Yep, that's it. That's his cameo for this episode. It's just. Holy crap. Okay. Where's the commandant? God, I don't remember her freaking name.
The director.
Oh yeah.
She's the one you're hearing the things.
She's doing the voice.
She's the one doing the voiceover. At the moment, the guards themselves are trying to get the personnel situated.
Is it still saying? Oh, sorry.
On both sides, there's actually medical personnel that are coming in and moving to help out.
Is it still saying report to engineering? Because that'd probably be where a science officer would be most useful.
I mean, there was something over there that said report to engineering. So
I'm going to head that way. I tell Cito this. I'm going to head to engineering, see if they need help.
So when it comes to the crew themselves, they are, just so you know, the guards, there's more that show up. They are keeping them together. They're concerned about they don't necessarily have freedom of movement, but they are concerned. They're taking care of them. It would be like if it was an alien, like when the Enterprise assisted multiple alien ships, they're not necessarily letting them go anywhere they want, but they are taking care of them and they are being treated to the best of the ability in the situation as guests.
Gotcha.
So.
I will say is whoever's the highest ranking person of the group that beamed down, with me, I sort of call him over and say, hey, don't trust anyone here. You're in charge. Make sure everyone stays safe.
How loudly are you saying that?
Quietly, so that the guards don't hear me.
At the top of her lungs.
Yeah, it's just screaming it. Dude. Don't trust fucking shit. It's crazy.
She actually pulls out a megaphone. Oh no, you can use her tricorder. Attention. No.
Whatever you do, don't touch your back molar with your tongue, specifically the tongue.
They come at you with gloves. Whatever you do not. Give me an insta.
She's daring? Actually specialized in that.
I'm sorry, what?
Sorry,
she's specialized in.
She's specialized in.
Give me a daring.
It's actually the focus of mine. Yeah.
Give me a daring and security.
That would be. Ooh, wow, both ones. So 4 successes.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I am sneaky as shit.
We have blown that roll on nothing.
Yeah.
Later on, it's going to be like roll to jump to save your life, and it's going to be like 20 and an 18.
This warp core breach will not stop unless you.
I don't get it when we're trying to like not blow up the fucking ship, but
yeah.
But yeah, so super sneakily, I tell this guy, take care of all the crew. I'm gonna head to engineering, and I head out, basically daring the guards to fuck with me.
Well, I mean, if you will,
I'm not literally. I'm just gonna like go.
Sure. I mean, you do have to follow you, but they're not like stopping you for the moment. Gotcha. What are you doing, Cito?
Well, I am also looking for the highest ranking person here. What was the crew complement-ish of our ship?
It's about 70. No, I'm sorry. It's about 100 people.
That's a little more than I was hoping. Okay. So we're a little crammed across these 3 pads, basically.
Well, as they were coming, because the ships were fighter grade. So as they were coming, they were being let off and taken to a more secure space.
Well, yeah, I was basically picturing the equivalent of a runabout.
Yeah,
because it's got that little back transporter.
Yeah, similar to that. Yeah.
Okay, so we've moving into let's say a cargo bay.
Shuttle bay. I'm like, where are they being moved to?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were being moved. Actually, they were being moved to the brig, but they weren't being put in there. They were just being moved.
I was about to be like, all right, I pulled my phaser out. I can tolerate a lot. But no, okay. I am still armed. That's important.
Okay.
So I immediately drop. No, I go there, and I want to spend several rounds of actions, basically trying to walk through, get a head count, get reports, basically treat these people like they're Starfleet officers, which in my experience in real life will actually help them to concentrate and calm down, giving them something to focus on.
Okay.
Do a status report, get organized, find your nearest department head who happens to be nearby. We're using multiple transporters. We're not sure who's here. We need to stay organized. Just trying to get everyone kind of clicking together a bit. If anybody asks where we are, I'm going to very specifically not mention Section 31.
Okay. So
and I'm just going to say that this is a Starfleet intelligence base, and that's it.
So half the crew are going to think you're in Starfleet intelligence. The other half are being like, what the hell is it?
Yeah, I know. That was always my plan. That's why I'm amused when she was like, so it's their fault. But that's okay. We'll figure it out.
Figure it out on the back end.
I'm just screaming, Section 31 as I run down the corridor.
Just shouting it as she goes. She's had a little bit too much, if you know what I'm saying. Don't worry about it.
I'm going to make Discovery canon as fast
No! You don't understand. You'll doom us all!
All right. Okay.
This was Alex Kurtzman's plan all along.
I knew it.
Oh, God. Give me a... presence plus security, Cito.
Well, that's not good rolls. I think that's 1 success, and I am correct.
Okay.
That's not great.
You still have your momentum if you want to use them.
I'm not going to burn it. I'll take 1 success.
Okay. So it seems to be generally working. The ones who are with Vera are moving their way in, though they do seem a little bit more confused. And one does say, "What are we on a Section 31?"
And this is going to be my actual straight-faced reaction. What's Section 31?
Yes, they look
oh, Section. I like.
Yeah, she comes back. She stops at the door.
She just pops her head in. Let me tell you all about it.
Organization.
You see a black badge? That's them.
It's an infestation of the Federation. Okay, so you're working through there.
Oh God, I saw that Twitter conversation last week.
And he says, yeah, maybe Lieutenant Vera's last name was just confused or something like that. Which now you got me interested. Which
Vera's
Twitter one?
You responded to someone talking about how Section 31 was like a betrayal of all that Starfleet is and Gene's ideals. You remember that? Of course you don't. You have 15 of those conversations a day. It was the only one you tagged me on.
It sounds like I was picking a fight, is what that sounds. No, I don't. I'll have to go back and look. You're right. I have too many conversations.
Yeah, I don't talk on Twitter. I use Twitter as an announcement thing.
Yeah. All right. So you make your way to engineering. Things are a lot less. Engineering. Things are a lot less. They're organized, but a lot less calm. It would seem.
For the sake of the scene, could there be like Borg tech here to really freak her out?
Well, I mean, as I described beforehand, the entire facility is made of a Starfleet Borg mix. So as you're running, what you're seeing is it looks like they took Federation technology and made it Borg. And again, as I described, maybe I should have again, but the walls and most main rooms, especially engineering, have you know how you saw the green and they would pulse green and there would be a light green or whatever. Mm-hmm. That's actually blue. And so you also see conduits and stuff that are reminiscent of Borg technology. So walking into engineering, I guess that's a good, engineering. In the middle, you actually see what looks like a fusion core, not an actual warp core.
Beam it up.
Okay, you can make that roll, and we'll see what happens.
Sorry, you're saying.
So it's augmented with different pieces, and it also, even though it's a fusion core, on the inside it looks like there are blue particles that are just rushing at each other, hitting each other. There's actually a window there, and it is creating that same light. As you're watching, though, that light seems to be getting just a little bit faster every time it pulses. People are running back and forth. It's not pandemonium, but they do seem somewhat concerned. You see a officer that is not actually in a black uniform. She's actually in a generally a Starfleet uniform that you see. It has the orange, not orange, but the yellow on top. But there is 2 black lines that run along the seams between the orange. So denoting it's kind of a different to it. She seems to be the one that's working. She's speaking really loudly, and she says, Instant Targaryen, if we don't get this stopped, then we won't have a base that we'll have to worry about. I want you to get in there and stop the entire system from going nuclear. And an ensign runs off, and she's continuing to give orders here and there.
Gotcha. I run up to her and say, what do you need? I'm here to help.
She looks at you. What's a Section 31? She looks over. She says, I don't remember you. Are you a part of the base? Are you a part of the installation?
Do I lie and say yes? Like, I was brought here forcibly by your commander, but I'm helping anyways. So what do you need? I'm top science officer on my ship, or what used to be my ship.
top science officer on what hit the planet on the Hulk.
You know all this shit that you're dealing with? That was me.
That was my ship. So as you can tell, I'm really good at this. So if you can go ahead. She says,
what do you need?
She says our fusion core is destabilizing. Apparently that shockwave has done something with the technologies. If we don't stop it, this entire place is going to be a hole in the ground.
Okay. So
oh, go ahead.
No. I was just going to ask, what do you need me to do?
Yeah, well, and that's what she continuing. She says, I need someone who can look at the different, the intermix there and see if they can stop it. And she motions over towards one of the consoles. She says, if you want to take a look at it and see if you can stop it and save us, we would be, very grateful.
Yeah. Gotcha. I basically, just without, finishing the conversation, I just go automatically to the controls and start fucking around and say...
Start literally
yeah.
just fucking around.
I just hit. I actually look at it, I'm like, I got nothing. You're on your own.
This is what Moga would do, and you just start hitting buttons. Give me a.
Well, I would say that this looks like that's my Ketwall scheme.
Insight. Give me insight plus science.
Gotcha. Critical failure and another failure.
So
if we all die here, can we have a temporal warp? What's that episode where they keep redoing? God, it's one of my favorite TNG episodes. Cause and effect. Can we have a cause and effect thing? Like the Borg tech rips open space time, and we have our memories, but it's 3 days ago.
You're not going to believe me, but I actually have that as a possible route on the
I believe you 100% because this is freaking Star Trek. I've watched Star Trek before.
I rolled double successes to fucking whisper and just save the.
Yeah, I told you. I told you this would happen.
Oh dear Jesus! I can try and reroll one with my bold. Wait, what did you have me use? Science plus insight, right?
I did.
Right? Or is that what
I did? Yeah, I had you roll insight.
I can reroll one of them using my bold science, so maybe I can get rid of the critical failure at least.
Okay, I think you still take the critical failure, but you can. How's that work? Does it replace it completely?
I think I literally reroll it. Let me pull up the exact wording on it. I had it saved here. Let's see. Whenever you attempt a task with science and you buy one, you may reroll a single d20. Yeah, it just says reroll it, so I'm assuming it erases it according to this wording.
Okay. Do you want to do that? You get one per.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of that. Yes, yeah, seems like a thing worth doing. Okay, that changed it to a success.
Okay.
Can I burn? Do we have any more momentum?
You have 4.
I will burn.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll burn 2 of those on that to make this problem go away.
Okay, so you burn 2.
Yeah.
All right. Try and get rid of them. Go away. Did they just reappear? No, they didn't go. So you work on it. At first, it seems like things are getting worse. It is actually getting brighter. You hear the person in the background. She says, "That doesn't look like that's what it's supposed to be doing." And then,
Give it a
no,
second.
she doesn't say that. Actually, she says, it's not supposed to be doing that. That's a bad thing. Can you reverse whatever you're doing right now?
I'm like, oh, shit.
Oh, wait. You carry the 1. Sorry about that.
You need to update your LCAR system. You're working on an old update.
And you begin, it begins to start slowing down. Though, while you're working on it and you're slowing it down, you are delaying, making it longer. At the moment, it appears like it is set to go nuclear. What really needs to occur is someone does actually need to get in there and specifically stop some of it inside of the chamber.
Gotcha.
And we're going to go to Cito for a second. So
all of a sudden, a red alert clacks is just going over. Ships. The base is about to be destroyed.
They let the scientists try to fix it.
Oh my God! What? Okay, what's up?
Anyway, so you're getting everybody calm down as it seems like it's working.
For good, it's gonna do.
Talking. You see a man. A man actually walks in and looks over and he says, "Lieutenant Cito, can I have a moment of your time, please?" And
I will take a
outside the door.
No. I will take a demonstrable moment to finish who I was just talking with. Like, okay, make sure to get a hold with your department head. If you need anything, let me know. My comm badge is right here. If you need me, blah 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 blah. I got this, And then I'll go and talk to Lieutenant Evilface.
You'll go and talk to Lieutenant Evilface?
Yes.
So he walks out with you. As he walks out, he pauses a moment and he waits for the doors to close and then for the GM to stop reading the message that he received.
That's a good idea.
He says, so we have a little bit of a problem here.
Little?
Yeah. Well, I'm glad we're seeing eye to eye on this. I'll stop being so coy. At the moment, they obviously aren't authorized on this base, and we can't allow them to see too much more than they already have. Since they're your crew, and as far as our records can tell, you right now are the highest ranking officers, since the captain is missing in action. I wanted to discuss the options that we have available.
I just want to clarify something out of character real quick. We don't know founders exist, yes?
No, not yet. The founders. Yeah, the founders that
I was just making sure I had the timeline right. Okay, so
it's close to it. It's close to it though.
That I just putting that out there, not predicting anything, but totally predicting something. Anyways, moving on. So I'm sitting there and I leaned back and I was like, well, obviously, I don't know if you have heard me. I'm trying to slant the idea that this is an intelligence base, probably recently set up as an emergency supply for any future forays into this sector. We just happen to come by and luck, right? What I'm thinking is we should either, and I pause for a second. Obviously, I don't think we should tell these people the reality. Duh. What I do think is that even if they walk out thinking that this is an intelligence base, it will literally be their duty to report that they have gone through this place and been saved, but it'll be in their duty logs, all of them.
Yeah.
And so we have a couple of options. Pause. We can either have you guys relocate this base, or you can perform memory erasers on about 100 people.
He pauses a moment. He says, I'm glad we're on the same page about all of that. I'll have
and then I kind of turn, and he sees that the left side of my face is very scarred, and I pull out a coin, and I'm like, here's how we're going to decide.
Are you fucking
Two-Face?
No Country for Old Men? Oh, yeah.
No, Two-Face.
Yeah.
Although God, that scene's horrifying. I know the one you're referencing. Oh my God. I forget the actor's name, but he's amazing. Anyways. It's a quarter. What? No.
I'm glad.
First off, he's like, what? He's like, what is that?
This is truth right here.
This is truth.
It's the touch of God. Wait.
I went to No Country for Old Men over Two-Face. That's Sorry, I'm stuck on that.
I think that's telling right there.
That is very telling. That scene is so horrifying too. That is so chilling. It's a great scene, but god dang.
Yeah, no, it's fucked up. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to ruin your mojo.
So I don't actually flip a coin, but I do. Who are you?
I'm James. He says, I am. Well, I have a name, and it's a really good one too. I am.
I'm fascinated to hear it. Tell me more. And, wait, real quick. Have you played Borderlands? Either of you?
Yeah, I have.
You know how they do the whoosh and the splash, and there's like a name that just kind of text goes across the thing. Brady's face, whoosh, and that's what happens as he's like, I have a name. Whoosh.
It's like it just does. It says he has one. He'll get to it. It's like,
yeah. He has one. What's his name? He has one, and that's all it says. That's all it says.
That's actually from a meme though, because if you guys have seen Milan, she says I have a name, and it's a good one too. And that was a D&D when the GM doesn't have a name for it, and he's quickly looking one up on the internet.
Yes, that is the truth. Always have those name generators handy.
Yep.
I usually just call them Bob to keep the flow going.
Well, no, that's
little tip from one GM to another.
No, the whole reason, the engineering issue that I told you, remember everyone's name was Thomas Smith with the communicator. That was so if you guys caught me by surprise, it's just the communicator's fault that it's Thomas Smith.
It makes sense. It's not us or you.
Yeah. My name is Commander Alexei.
Alexei, very good to know. I'm probably pronounced that wrong, and I don't care. What I need to know, Commander, is how much do you value the sanctity of this base over the lives of those people?
He pauses a moment. He thinks about that. He really does. He says the goal of Section 31 is to defend as many lives as we can, to save as many as we can, with as few losses as possible in order to safeguard the Federation. So if you're asking me how important those lives are, overall, they are the reason why I joined Section 31. If the question is, would I sacrifice them to save the Federation? Yes, but I don't think we're there yet. So I am with you in that I do believe that perhaps relocation, if we can, depending on the status of the base, should it come to memory reallocation, let's call it. That would be something above my pay grade, but I'm not going to be suggesting that. You'll have to talk to the director or the co-director, whose name is John Jacob Jingleheimer Smith.
God damn it! I was trying really hard not to reference that. As soon as I saw it, I started gritting. I'm like, no, straight faced. That's why they do. Meanwhile, Jesse's just singing that damn song.
I'm just trying to get the chat to sing the Enterprise theme.
Do not sing the song. Don't feed into it.
Do it. I encourage this.
Reach down into your soul and realize it's a bad song.
I mean, it is a soul song, you know.
As you two are talking and as you're working, the klaxons come on again, and you hear. Again, it's battle stations. It cuts off midway.
Great.
He looks up and he says, I'm guessing when 3 ships fight in Dominion space, that probably gains attention.
Do you have backup?
When you say backup, out of character, when you say backup, what are you?
Well, it'd be nice if you had a sovereign nearby, but I'm just asking.
Okay. Well,
hang on.
Character. He says backup.
Yeah. I assume. Okay, I know Deep Space Nine. This is in character. I know Deep Space Nine has this allergic reaction to having ships nearby, but I would like to think that Starfleet intelligence would know better than to not have ships nearby.
He excels, and he says, well, technically the goal of the base is to not be caught. We have our starfighters. I'm not sure if there's any other. I know that with the attack by the Dominion, a new ship, a escort class vessel, is now near the perimeter of the wormhole, but I'm not sure if we can get in contact with it or not, or if the director will break our communication blackout in order to get a hold of them. Again, it starts saying, battle stations, prepare for impact. He looks up, he says, At this moment, it would seem that we're going to need all the help we can. Do you think your crew will be... He pauses and looks away for a moment. He says, do you think your crew would be amenable to assisting us if they get the short version that it's an intelligence base that happens to use Borg technology? Time's a factor here.
No.
Okay. He says
Skip the Borg part. Skip the Borg part. Don't explain it. Let them speculate. Don't reciprocate. Don't feed into it.
Yeah, he says, he brings up his hand. He says, let me rephrase. I don't intend to tell them anything that I don't have to. They're going to be around things that look very much like Borg technology. Are they going to be able to react?
Sorry, cut to the science station. So all this Borg technology.
Why? I'm trying to keep the situation under control.
No, it comes on. It's like I've taken over the speakers. Now let's talk about this Borg technology.
So now you're see here, your typical Borg tech. You're gonna have to come out from the sidearm with. Okay.
Is this an alcove? There are alcoves here, just like I'm talking.
I actually hang on. I still have that phaser, so I just kind of.
Why would you have alcoves? There's no actual Borg here. Wait, are there actual Borg here?
Wait. The Borg technology that you injected me with.
Yeah, do I need
Oh my god! Don't say that out loud.
Do I have to go into an alcove? You just so Runner is just looking at the speaker, and then he looks back, and it's only from the neck down. And he just sees the commander swinging. He took care of himself.
I just pull up my phaser, set it to wide beam stun. I just start going through my own crew. It's for your own good. Stop. No, don't run. Don't run.
It's for your own good.
There we go. Okay.
You'll just sleep tired.
Where's
sleep tired if you run. Why are you running? I'm faster than you.
I'm the only one with a weapon here.
Sorry. Crying again.
All
right. I'm glad I didn't have to blackmail him. I actually had blackmail ready to go for that.
Oh my god. Captain
I totally did.
And then Section 31 starts trending.
Yeah.
No. And she's just over there on her tricorder, which actually has Twitter or whatever.
Yeah,
she's
this is whatever 24th century Twitter.
Yeah. Just going off on it. Oh
like
man.
A selfie in front of
Just click.
Next to the alto.
What she does, she goes for the trifecta. She grabs a Section 31 person, so in the uniform.
Yeah.
Was like,
and I'm making the Vulcan salute.
Yeah.
If you think Odo being racist was a problem.
Oh my god.
Oh dear god. Oh well.
All right. So anyway.
So battle stations. What are we fighting against?
Well, not you guys are in the middle of the hallway, but he.
Okay, I slug him.
For a second. Yeah. Well. All right, one down. So anyway, hold on. What were we going to do about the crew? So he said, we're going to need to keep your crew here.
Yes. Just don't freaking mention the Borg stuff and get people where they need to go. Let's go.
So he takes out a pad because he can do that even though he doesn't have pockets, and he begins tapping at it real quick. And he hands this to you, and he says, "This is where the resources need to be allocated. If you can get your people there and set up." I'll try.
Are any of these alcoves?
They're
out of character.
No, the alcoves aren't there. I was fucking around. No, there's no alcoves.
We need your people to get in these very specific spots. This has all been a setup. They just want us to voluntarily get assimilated. No, okay.
That's Section 31's whole plan. They're creating Borg to fight.
I knew it. This is the Dominion fight. Okay, so I'm looking at it and I'm like, okay.
See that,
so what you're seeing is it looks like there's necessities in engineering. There are the way the defenses are set up. They're more like phaser turrets versus actual arrays.
Yeah,
and so they have groupings with them. And while it's automated, you still need someone to sit there. And it's better if you have someone working with it than letting the AI do it, obviously. So it's various places.
If I may, we know exactly what phasers fire like if there's not someone helping, because Worf was like, I'm going to hit this asteroid. You remember that episode?
Yeah.
So yeah, I look at that for a few seconds, and then I tap my combat. I'm like, Vera,
what's up?
Where are you at?
Have you heard about Section 30?
Jesus Christ, Farrah!
Yeah,
I
it's
will
like-
shoot you.
it's like-
I will shoot you.
It's like, hold up. It's like, she's like, what's up? Hold up a second. No, it's just really screwed up that Section 31 is doing this to all these
Yeah, it's really
Oh my
fucked up.
God.
Anyways, you were saying I'm in engineering.
How bad are we looking?
It's not good.
You're able
things
to.
aren't-
You're slowing it down. You're buying time, but just to remind you, you're buying time, but you're going to need someone to, or a couple people to get into.
I was gonna say, do you need people or do you need space?
Is this is out of character? Is this a send Spock to die sort of
Yeah,
situation?
you're gonna ask him to send people he doesn't like. Is exactly what you're about to do.
Gotcha. I say that in character.
It's like, technically, yes.
Yes, I do need some people. Not good people though. Just people.
I opened my mouth for a second, then I pause and I'm like, okay, I'll see what I can get down there. And ding, and I look at the list again. I'm like,
I mean, we both gone through command training. We both killed Jordan.
no, I have, yeah,
We've both killed Jordan.
We've killed
Who
people
hasn't
because it's
killed
our
Jordan?
job. I mean, honestly, poor Geordi. He's the the actual Starfleet. It's always Geordi every
That's
single
what it was.
time.
Yeah, it's just always like fuck Jordy. Yeah.
All right, Geordi, go die.
As you guys are talking, getting through the facility shakes as if it's taking a hit.
Oh, the hell's shooting? Okay, whatever.
Oh, yeah,
So I'm going to.
Yeah, so I need to kill people. You on our own team. You need to kill people that are attacking us.
How many turrets do we have total?
There are 32 and a half. No, they're 32. 32. That's what it shows on there. 32. That's what you see that needs people allocated to them. Now, you don't need 32 people for 32 turrets.
No, ironically, I was going to send 64 out
You should
because
do
I
that.
want 2 people on each.
Okay.
Because actually, that's a real thing. Actual battleships in real life, they usually have at least 2 people on gunnery to make sure that they can double check each other constantly. Both of them are always running the figures, you know.
Sure.
If there's any
I mean,
variance, they can correct.
you can do that. In theory, the computer, while it does need help, can handle more than just one. But if you want to send 2 to, by God, make sure it hits everything you tell it to.
I am actually. I'm going to do that.
Okay.
That is the call here. I'm going to send my best engineers to engineering because that is the correct call.
I was gonna say send the 2 people whose minds we erased.
I thought about that legitimately. In fact, actually, can we in the past did either of us find them in our groups? Those 2 people.
Yeah, they were in your group. I'll give them to
How are they doing?
They're just confused. They haven't
Even more-
Like, do they remember anything? Do they know their names? Do they know my name?
They know their names and everything, but the last thing they remember is being woken up because the ship is about to be destroyed.
Yeah,
They remember talking.
Oh God!
They remember talking to you, and then all of a sudden they wake up and the ship is.
Great. Hang on. I don't want to do this, but do I want to do that? No, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do,
I'm gonna make
not.
you spend.
your call.
If you're going to kill them on purpose, I am going to make you spend.
No, I sincerely thought about it, but there's no practical reason to do that. I will kill. This is my character in a nutshell. For those of you at home who think I'm horribly corrupt, I will absolutely kill if there's a very, very good reason to do it. Not elsewise. I'm not Dr. Mocha.
I mean, same here. I'll kill people if I have to, which is probably what I'm about to.
Yeah, I was gonna say some Dominion attack us. We're gonna kill the hell out of them, but
Yeah.
no. So I also want to send. So that's it's about. So I sent 6. So that is 70. So I've got about 30 people left. If we count for casualties and injuries, we probably have about 10 people left. I want to assign 3 people each to our 3 transporter rooms, and I want them all to be on a constant comm link with me, open.
Okay. I'm about to double cross Section 31. All right.
Shush.
Oh God.
Shush.
All right. So okay.
I call Dr. Mogo.
What are you doing, Sita?
Oh,
Hold on. Sorry, you called Dr. Mogo? What are you saying?
well, this is just gonna be a joke aside. It was do you have any con triple blood lying around?
That would be really usul right about
Right
now.
I
Yeah.
have a
just-
very specific situation.
You just hear the captain screams. He's like, I'm a little busy right now. Click.
Oh God.
Oh, terrible. Anyways, sorry. Back to Sito.
You will sing for me, my puppet.
Dear God. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, this is why everyone thinks this is this horribly corrupt. It's just him.
Yeah.
It's all
And then
him.
we just have to like clean up his fucking mess.
Which, yeah. Okay. So,
Watch, we're gonna learn the twist is that he's from the mirror universe, like Lorca.
oh god, dang it.
Oh, sorry. Ooh, I shouldn't have said that. That was a spoiler for everybody. Apologies.
Yeah, you just gave it away. Sorry, guys. Sorry, spoilers.
That was all me.
We're in the mirror universe, and and she and I are from the real universe, the Prime universe. No, we're from the Abrams verse.
From the Kelvin verse.
Yeah.
Everything's a lot more slow here.
That's weird. It took me like weeks to go from Earth to Kronos. It was the most bizarre thing.
Okay, what are you doing, Cito?
I just told you what I'm doing. I'm assigning a lot of people to jobs that I just told you.
Are you after you do that? I heard that. What are you doing after that?
I'm going to be at one of the transporter rooms.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure once you get done with that. All right.
I thought about being on one of the turrets, but I'd much rather be in the transporter room.
Okay. And then we'll go back. So you've slowed it down about. You said you sent 6 engineers. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
6 engineers come in. But you also have about 3 or 4 there with you. They're trying to help you work it out. You're trying to figure out a way to prevent someone not going in there and going total. So.
And I basically go over to the commander lady who I was talking to before, and basically say, so what are we looking at? What do we need to do?
She's hitting a panel she's looking at as well. It says she opens her mouth to say something, and then the station rocks for just a second. She says, well, if we could stop that, we'd be a lot better off. Assuming that they don't get any major hits on us. She pauses a second. She says, it looks like you've slowed us down to at least 3, maybe 4 hours before it goes nuclear. Hopefully, if we can get them to stop, we'll find a way of taking care of this. The only other option, she pauses a moment, is for one of us to go in there and to stop it directly. That does have the chance of shutting down power here, though.
So basically, either I wait 3 or 4 hours, hope for the best, or I send myself or someone to die.
Correct. And if you do it and you roll one of your famous complications, that's going to be
we're all fucked. Yeah.
She looks over and she shakes her head. She says, the best... She says, we really need to get that under control. Any direct hit could have a problem. We need to... She looks over and she says, we need to send one of our best in there. And then brings her hands up to...
Funnily enough, I sent our best engineers down.
Yeah. I mean, the debate that I guess I'm more having is, should I let my character die, or should I sacrifice an NPC? And I can see arguments for both, because the commander should, lieutenant would send someone to death, as we saw, because the Geordie scene, but it also would be the right thing to do for the character.
Well, there's a couple of things here. You're going to have better stats than anybody you send in there. However, an engineer is obviously going to have specialized engineering stats. You could science it out of the way, but they could engineer
I am not an engineer.
They could engineer it out of the way. You may be able to science it out of the way. But it comes down to what you want for your character, too.
I mean, the whole point with my character that I've been kind of building is that she wants to be a commander. So I guess the command test thing would be that I send someone to die who would be an engineer and no better than a science person.
Sure.
This is going to be a roundabout joke no one's going to get, but this is the World War I moment.
Yeah. God damn. But again, the right thing to do is I should let her die, because that's what she would do.
Would you like me to flip a coin?
Yeah.
Is this little movie for old men is how it ends?
Yeah. Oh God. Just sit ruminating on the meaning of life at the end. There's no country for old men, or old trills. I think logically, I would send the engineer if I'm actually being. I'm not just trying to save my character. I think honestly, it's smarter to send an engineer who would actually specialize in this over a science officer. And again, having command, awarenesses with this being the exact Geordie situation, send the engineer to die.
Okay.
think that's what I'm gonna do. When they get here, I'll sort of talk to them.
Okay. So a redhead comes up to you and she says, "Yes, sir." And so you're explaining it to her, and she's looking at the pad and she looks
Is her
up at
name
you.
River Song? Because that'd be
It is.
amazing.
It is. And she has really big eyes and she's freckles and she looks at the pad and then she looks up at you and then she looks at the pad and then she looks over there and she looks up to you and she there's a palpable pause and she says, "Yes, sir."
Oh God, you're gonna kill me.
She says, I don't want to die. Don't let me die, sir. No, she says, after the palpable pause, she says, "Yes, sir." And then
Well,
goes,
before as she goes, I grab her and I say, "Is there anything?" Yeah, just like make out with her in front of everybody.
yeah, no,
and
don't make out with her. You just dip her over like this.
Okay, yeah. Do
like
the dip
World
kiss.
the World War II.
There we go.
No, I literally say, "Is there anything that you need before you go in there?"
She pauses.
Hinting at like, "Is there anyone that you want me to talk to after?"
Yeah, she pauses a second. She says, Tell Jesse that I." No, not Jesse. You're right. Sorry, that's a bad name. It's not a bad name. It just.
I thought you were gonna say, "Tell Jesse to go fuck himself."
Tell Jesse.
Screw her and her stupid character.
Yeah, tell Jesse to go fuck herself. No, I'll use Jesse.
Yeah.
That was just the first name came to mind. I guess because I'm talking to you. Tell Jesse that I love her and to take care of our son. And then
Oh,
she goes.
Jesus Christ.
And then she moves off.
Just as a thought, like you could probably do things to try and mitigate death chance here.
Yes, probably.
But I'm not gonna.
You're not gonna scry. Let her die.
I am thinking.
Jesse has to get that message. So.
Yeah. Well, I am thinking. I'm thinking to a degree for drama purposes, but also I'm thinking like my character could use this as an impetus to be like, "Oh, I want to contact my family." So I'm thinking character arc as well, which might not be a good idea, but I don't know. Might be metagaming too much, but
no, I mean that's what it's about. Though speaking of metagaming, so I did a roll, and it's not great.
Oh, good.
So
sacrifice was for nothing.
So we all die.
No.
So now we play the Dominion attacking the base.
No.
So we're all, a victory is life.
Yeah.
No. So
give me some catch Salt White. Let's just go.
I'm gonna ask Runner to give me a little leeway with his character for a moment.
Oh, jeez. This is horrifying. I'm ready.
Are you okay? Are you okay with that? I'm gonna
I don't know. All of a sudden, I can't
tell you
a green diamond appears over my head out of nowhere.
It's beautiful. So I have to. I'm not going to be able to tell you what it is.
No, you're not. But I already said okay.
Oh, okay. I thought you said no. I thought you were thinking about it. I was like, okay.
No.
Well, before that, give me an insight plus science.
Okay, me?
No, not you, Jesse.
Okay.
What was it?
Vera. Yep.
Well, sorry. What was the roll?
Oh, sorry. Insight plus science.
Insight plus science.
This is how the Galileo 7 became the Galileo 5.
Insight plus science. 15. Critical failure. And success. So complication.
Oh my god, dude! What is wrong with your? Where are
which
ones are you using?
To be fair, I used the red dice. Do you want me to use the blue?
I'm using red because I'm security,
yes.
right? I mean that just makes sense.
These are gonna go away. We don't ever need those.
On my D&D thing, I know now that these are D&D. I have a thing where viewers can like donate and like make things better or worse. And,
we might have to do that.
Just food for thought. As we're all about to die to a 1.
So she speaks to you.
Jesus
You
Christ.
go in there. You go in there, and you're looking it up. You're seeing as you're talking. All of a sudden, here's what we're gonna do. All of a sudden, it says you hear over the intercoms. They've penetrated. The facility rocks heavily, and you hear that
I say, penetrate.
Oh god, they facilitated. Oh my god, they've penetrated.
Sorry.
The our outer hull, and then all of a sudden, you see Dominion transporters occurring. Dominion transport.
Imperial troops have entered the base. Imperial troops have entered.
Yeah. Well, that's where I was saying. So you hear Cita over and says, "We're being we're being boarded. We have at least 10 Dominion, and then all of a sudden you hear him scream, and Orion goes dead.
And die.
And then
explode.
As you're working, as you're working on it, the
Waltz is going to come back and be like,
what did you do? The Dominion fires at you. You duck out of the way, trying to do everything you're doing. Unfortunately, you do some kind of reaction. Next thing you see is white. A couple seconds later, you find yourself in the transporter, and then you hear over the intercom. You're in the transporter. Katwalski and not Katwalski, but Flock. Wow, we're all calling him Flock.
I'm telling you, we should just rename his character. Make it official.
Moga and Sito are there, and you've just transported the gas, and you see that the red warning sign is coming over your face.
Oh, we're cause and affecting it.
Yeah, and then you hear over it, oh God, it's slamming into the SS Bad Faith, and you see it hit the Faith. The Bad Faith loses all power and begins falling down. You're a little bit disoriented. Sito.
A little bit.
Sito misses and then says, "You come with me," or whatever the hell he did at the beginning of the VOD, and runs out.
So we're going back to the beginning.
Well, you are. I'm not playing.
Oh yeah. You're doing the same thing. God. So I guess I'm trying to figure out what to do differently this time. I mean, I guess I got to start teleporting the crew again and getting the.
We're not going to have to do the rerolls because it's going to go exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna do all that and just fast forward all the way to the point of getting back to engineering.
Okay, so you're doing everything over again. Are you going to tell Sito about it at all or no?
Yeah, no. I when we were on the comms.
Okay, so he contacts you like during. He says, so next thing you hear is you hit the comm button and he says, "Can you get a lock on the device?" Or can you get a lock on the? How'd you say it? The something or other.
The weapon.
No, he didn't say weapon. He was very specific not to say.
Oh God, what did I say? It doesn't matter.
Like, yeah, did you get
the thing? I think is actually how I phrased that.
I did get it, but also this is the second time I've done this, and I kind of
we had two of them.
No, I think I'm caught in a temporal loop. Which that is.
Then you hear silence on the other side. He's like, hold on.
He's like, wait, what? They do know that's a thing. Voyager, they like.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's the response. It's after like 5 seconds. Okay.
And yeah, so we're all about to get fucked in about 30 minutes. So let's avoid that.
another pause. Okay.
Okay. What precise manner of screwitude did we experience?
The Dominion is going to come in just a little bit and start attacking and invading, and I don't know exactly what the engineering problem was, but the engineering is about to blow up.
It's a fusion core. Fusion core is about to go nuclear.
Hold on. Is this before the Orion ship?
No, this is the Orion hit it. So you guys are trying to transport everyone off.
Just making sure. Okay.
So both the Orion ship and then
we're kind of in the middle of that. Yeah.
So the Orion ship is still escaping then.
It's trying to go to warp. Yeah.
Because it has yet to have its warp core removed.
Right.
Can we use that for anything?
He can't really help you out with that necessarily.
Yeah, I'm in the past kind of future. I'm not here, really.
I gotcha. I'm trying to think.
It's all on you.
Beam the fusion core.
Beam the fusion core onto the Orion ship.
They'll be in warp and there'll just be a smear. It'll be fine.
I'm just trying to think
just as a suggestion, you could calm down to engineering now and see if there's a problem now with the fusion core, because that would help you establish if future events from this point onwards is what causes the issue, or if it's already a problem.
Yeah, well, I can do that.
Are you going to stop transporting people?
Yeah, well, I am going to need to. Well, I am going to say this. I'll tell Sito this. So the Orion ship's about to go to warp, and we're going to need to beam that warp core out. But I can't deal with it.
That's a great idea. Where did you come up with that wonderful idea?
Genius!
Finally, I've been talking to you for years about using the transporter as a tactical device. You are one. Thank you. Thank you for that.
I will say I came up with this the first time round.
I believe you. I believe you completely.
All right. So
It worked perfectly.
All right. So you're going to go downstairs. You're going to go.
Yeah,
down?
I'm going to tell Cito to save the warp core, and I'm going to go down.
All right.
Wait, I have to. Okay.
And I put an engineer on transport duty.
Well, let's see how they do. Hold on.
I mean, yeah, you could beam someone over to here. Take over for me.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Bail.
Still, yeah. All right. Okay. So I need you to roll a. That's going to be, my good friend, a control plus engineering.
2 successes, finally.
Okay, cool. Unfortunately, it wasn't you I actually needed to do. It was Cito for the
never mind.
thing. We'll keep those for your next one.
God,
We'll keep those. I'm gonna have to
dang it. Okay. Where'd my dice go? Holy crap, they vanished. Where's my dice?
They were the evil dice. I threw them away.
Why were my dice? Okay, hang on. Whatever. I'm gonna roll my new evil dice. They're not as evil, so it's a 12 and a 3.
Okay, so it's successful.
Yar.
Okay, so you beam it into. You get down. I'm gonna give that one to you because I was gonna have you do something, Vera. So you get down. The woman's there. She's looking over. She's giving commands. She looks up. She says, "Can I help you? Are you authorized to be here?"
Yeah, your fusion core is about to go nuclear.
She says nuclear. No, I'm just messing with you.
Now we're doing this now.
No, she
Nuclear vessels.
she looks over and she says, "Report." She says, "Ensign, whatever the hell I used your name last time. Report."
Bob.
Yeah, and Ensign Bob looks over and in a very feminine voice says, "No, the fusion core's fine, sir. We haven't taken any hits or anything." You hear Cito come over the.
Oh, that's right, because the warp core's about to breach. Yeah.
You hear Cito come over the comm saying that it was successfully done. Because I assume that's what he would do. Hopefully.
Mission accomplished. Your brilliant plan, and again, absolute props on that. Your brilliant plan has worked yet again.
Enough compliments. I've got things to do.
I'm just curious though, what went wrong last time?
Over comms, brace for impact.
Well, wait, before that comes, like, you need to prep that fusion core to withstand a hit now.
She looks. She says, "Brace for impact. 5 seconds." She looks. "I'll get right on that." And all of a sudden, it slams into the thing. Takes a massive hit. Sparks. Everything going. People are being flown. You're seeing rocks come out of the walls.
There's just a Borg that goes flying by for some reason.
There's just such a wee.
A whole Borg, just woo.
He's just floating with a little grin.
Yep.
Sir, the fusion core has taken a huge hit. It looks like it's destabilizing.
Told you. And I just leave.
I'll just wait for the next loop. Loop. It's cool.
Are you actually leaving the?
No.
You leave and you're like, "We got to get off this place now."
Oh God! Yeah, she just runs to me. It's like, we need to go.
Yeah, get us. Whoever's in the ship is who gets saved. Let's get out of here.
I guess, is there a way for me to find out? Is there any way to like head this off before someone has to die again?
So you,
I'm
going to give you the thing. So you rush over and you begin looking at it again. It looks like it's being delayed. It doesn't look like there's going to be a good way to. It doesn't look like you're going to be able to get away without someone sacrificing themselves as of now. You do need a little bit more time. It's possible, but you're just going to need to work on it.
Okay. Then. So it is going to be someone's going to have to die.
Yeah. As far as you can tell right now. You can try some rolls to see if you can get around it, but that's going to take time. That's going to eat time.
Gotcha.
Cito, everything that we've discussed beforehand generally is going with you. So hold on, I'm going to come right back to you. But just to make sure, so you're going to get everybody in. You're going to calm all of them down and everything. You're going to get pulled out by the Commander Alexi. Does any of that conversation change? Are you going to bring up the fact that you're in a time loop or anything? Or are you you're just going to keep that safe to the chat? Okay.
Excuse me, everyone. We're in a time loop now. Not in a Section 31 base with Borg. Okay.
It's like none of this is going to matter. No one's going to remember a thing. So.
It's cool.
Let's all get naked.
I'm secretly in love with Kieran Reese. Okay, we're good. Let's go.
No. I meant to him, not necessarily to like the entire.
No, the answer is no.
Okay. So I'm going to assume all that basically goes with a few variations here and there. So what are you doing?
I'm gonna try and fix it again. My guess is let me see how the rolls go, and then we'll decide.
Okay. So here's how it's going to work. Are you still going to send in the ensign?
See, now you're just making me redo this choice. The other option is hope for another go round and try and warn them to shut down the fusion core.
So here's a couple of options. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. 5 successful rolls will save it. Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
The 5th one, the Dominion are right on top of you. Okay. So the first 3 rolls you're going to get, and then you're going to have to choose to send someone in or not. And that's just going to have to be a fail safe. So if you send it in, it's a fail safe. If you've passed all 3, it's possible you won't have to, and we'll know more by then, right? By the 4th one, you're going to have to be pretty stabilized on it because the Dominion are going to get through, and you're going to be dealing with either it's going to be the end of the game or you're going to reset it.
Gotcha.
Okay, so you'll roll the first 3, and we'll see where we go.
Let's do it. All right. 1 success.
Okay. Keep going.
1 success.
Okay.
And critical failure.
You have got to be kidding me.
I was watching her. I watched all the rolls.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Okay, which is it? These dice right here?
It's the blue ones.
Yeah.
Get the hell off of this. Just go. Just go.
Just fuck it. Can I flip the table?
Oh, God, they're back. No, it's actually modded, so you can't. If you try to, you don't have enough strength to do it.
Gotcha.
Okay.
God.
So
the third loop now.
I mean, because we're running a little.
Yeah.
A little late.
Can I? When we go back through the loop, can I just literally? I guess it's stupid to power down because we're gonna need the fucking to defend against the Dominion. But
make your call. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to we're going to fast forward all the way to when you're talking to Cito. So basically, it increases at this time. You send her in. She tries. The Dominion comes in. You try to stop him from hitting the from blasting into it. Unfortunately, one still ricochets. White light. You're right there. We're gonna get to right when Cito contacts you and says, "Hey, have you located the thing?" Go.
Real quick, can I please have deja vu?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
Gotcha. I could just say, "Fuck it, let's get out of here." I basically tell you
bailing is an option if we're being honest.
Phlox will automatically be there with the captain's head.
Gotcha.
No, it'll be very tasteful. It's actually in a jar and it's still alive.
It's Futurama style.
He's still alive.
Yeah.
Or Wolfenstein style, which is much more horrific. But anyway.
Well, anyways, I'm trying to figure out how to avoid the no-win scenario. I guess is the thing. I'm just trying to think of a creative way out of this.
This is all a holodeck scenario. This whole thing has been apparently.
Riker will walk in and say in
simulation. Well, I could also do this. Does anyone in the chat want to offer suggestions? Let's see.
Other than bailing.
So you can bail, but let's do this as well. All right. So here's what I want you to. Here's what you could do. First off, you can tell Cito we're in a time loop, and he says okay, and you say you could say something like, "Every time I've tried, we end right back up here. It's not working." And I'm going to do a little bit. So another thing you could tell him is, every time we try to stop the warp core, every time anything we do, it causes, specifically generally with the warp core, but it doesn't matter. It causes a shockwave, which destabilizes the fusion reactor. And so now at this point, I'm going to let you be up to date on that, Cito. So if you have any ideas, you can say it. If you guys don't have any ideas, I can let you do a couple of rolls for options.
I actually do have an idea.
Okay, so you're up.
Horrible though.
You're up to date, so you can give the horrific option.
rather than just beaming the warp core out into space, can you beam it like 10 feet that way inside their same ship?
Yeah.
I know that sounds horrible, but thanks to simple physics, their ship will deaden part of the shockwave of that explosion. And they still need to be dealt with. That's a problem. I'm trying to. Anybody who's seen me stream a tactical game knows this is what I like to call being greedy. I'm trying to get as many success conditions as I can here.
Yeah.
You guys can roll, and I can try to give you some options as well.
No, I like that idea.
Cool.
I'm kidding, though.
It's like, don't let her out. Don't give us an out. Don't give us an out.
I do think that's an idea. You're the science person. What do you think?
I mean,
because we're having this conversation in like 3 seconds because we have 5 seconds left here.
I mean, I guess, do I know that would work given my science knowledge?
You can give it a roll.
All right, I'll give it a roll. What's the what is it?
It would be insight.
Roll
and
better
science.
than that. Actually, I think that'll be a success.
Actually, that's it. Insight plus what?
Science. At least it's not
Yeah, then I got 2 successes. So
at least it's not a critical failure.
yeah, thanks.
She'd be like, yeah, it works, and all of a sudden the planet explodes.
The whole planet.
So you're right.
Guys.
So the positives here is that, yeah, it'll deaden it. It probably, since it's still there, will still have some form of connection, especially if you don't rip it completely out. The shockwave will be closer, but again, it probably wouldn't be as hard hit.
So if we do that, then can I also can I tap to engineering and basically say the same basic thing that I said before, but give them much more of a heads up?
Yeah. So you can say, hey, we're about to do prepare the systems. We're about to get a shockwave or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So at least that'll kind of help us a little bit.
She's like, who is this?
Yeah, it's like, you got to trust me.
All right. So here we go. You're gonna have to do a new roll for that though, because you're doing something different than what you did beforehand. So
Gotcha. All right.
Let's
see how it goes. What am I rolling?
2d20.
I know, but
okay, yeah, that's fair. Same thing. Had you do control plus engineering.
So that's okay. Just want to make sure I know what I'm going for. Hey, a critical success for once.
And success on that one too.
And a success. So yeah, we're good.
So you're keeping those, is what that means. Those are the good dice. Okay. So you transport it, keeping it, again, somewhat connected. So it's like you moved it like a foot or whatever, so there's still some components there. So it doesn't completely go critical, but it still just messes up like incredibly.
Wait, yeah. Barry Bend actually in the chat made a
that was going to be my next suggestion, by the way, because beam out to wide dispersal is something that this series can do.
Yeah.
Right.
Or just hold the pattern.
I'll give you the option. At this point, you can do what you were going to do, or you can.
Well, I'll take the chat's suggestion. So let's do that.
Vaporize that sucker.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Barry.
You may have just saved us another 30 minutes. As we once again go back, like on that discovery scene where it's like, all right, we're already up to. It just starts you more and more.
Yeah, it just starts. Yeah.
So you don't have to rewatch everything. So you actually disperse it. So there's some good news and some bad news. And the bad news isn't really all that bad. Depends on who's where.
Is it? We're all gonna die bad.
No, it's not. And you got out of the time loop, which is also.
Hey, huzzah!
So it's dispersed. Like you said, there is no boom or anything like that. However, the ship again moves into like it's going to go, and then is twisted. Because, again, it had a warp bubble for a brief moment, and then it twists and begins spiraling down and just utterly explodes. The station rocks just momentarily, but there's no major hit or anything like that.
Gotcha.
And since that, I don't think there was really... What do you do at that point after you hear that bump? What do you do, Vera?
Well, I'm going to go back down to engineering to check on things.
Are you going to warn anyone about the Dominion attack? Just a
Yeah,
suggestion.
I
See, now that you mentioned it to her, I was going to...
Didn't I technically warn you about that the first time because we repeated that conversation?
I suppose that's true.
Yeah.
So yes, I will immediately be like,
I'll let
hey,
you, because that's
Dominion.
a little
Dominion.
meta. That was a little meta right there. So I was about to say, but since you would already know, it's okay.
Well, I mean, because we would have repeated that. I mean, if not, then I can contact him and let him know then.
Sure. But since Cito would have already known, then you won't have to. But as you go down, you see she's working around. She says, we need repair crews in transporter room, whatever, and also at the shuttle bay. She looks up and she says, are you authorized to be here?
No, but I'm here to help if you need.
Okay. What engineering experience do you have?
I have science.
And you pose.
No. I say
like your avatar.
Yeah, just like the avatar. No, I say I've got some experience with fusion reactors, especially now.
Okay. She looks at you and then she looks over at the fully functional fine fusion reactor and then looks back at you and she says, "It's okay. Would you like just to watch it, or what can I do for you here exactly? Do you know how to fix things? Can you fix things?"
Yeah, I can fix things.
That's fantastic. She says, can you go to transporter room 2 and start working on the...
Actually, sorry. Go, tell me what you're going to say.
Can you go to transporter 2 and start working on these components? And then she hands the...
I grab that, go to the transporter room that we're at. Is that the same one that has the weapon?
No, it's a different one.
Gotcha. All right.
Do you go to the one with the weapon? You're like,
I go to the one with
problem.
The weapon.
Just toss it aside as soon as you walk out. It's
I'll
not a fusion reactor.
I go to the one with the weapon and make sure that that's all secure.
Okay.
And also, as I leave engineering, I see the engineer who died the first time through and have this like wistful moment.
And then you grab her and kiss her.
Yeah. Anyways,
it's like you live.
I will tell Jesse you love her as you walk by. You know.
No, not that. It's like, that one's for Jesse. And just walk.
Tell Jesse I say hi. Like, what the fuck?
Who are you?
Oh, dear Jesus.
How do you know about Jesse?
Oh, I know.
I know.
Okay. And your son, too. Make it
kind of I know about Jesse and your son.
That sounds terrifying. And if you want things to stay the way they are, there's going to be an envelope unmarked with unmarked bills in it.
So I know. No, it's like I know about you. I know about you and your son Jesse, and I sent you into the chamber of a nuclear fission reactor.
Or just say heads or tails.
Okay,
anyway. Go out and I go check out the weapon.
Okay. Sure. Yeah, it's fine. It actually has 4 guards around it. Looks like they're keeping it away from the other crew.
Okay. I'm just trying to think of what to do at this point.
I mean, Dominion attack.
Yeah. So
I guess I'll go find Cito and
that's what I was gonna say. We'll go back to Cito. She ultimately shows up. What are you saying?
I like the idea that Vera walks in and it's just like, Dominion, and that's all she says. Dominion.
Just
Dominion. Fucking death is life or whatever.
Death is life. Oh my god, that explains so much.
But yeah, it's like, I've had a fucking day. Let's kill some Dominion. I could use a fucking tension release right now.
So hang on. So this is the second time through the loop, right?
Yeah.
This is in character.
Time. Yeah.
In character, I'm saying this.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's the third time. It's just the third time, right? This isn't like the 15th time or anything like that.
No, I say no. It was about 20 times or so. Every single time you died stupidly.
I believe it.
In different ways.
In different ways. Did I shoot myself by accident in any of them? Because I had terrible aim earlier.
One you just tripped. And
I just tripped to death.
Yes,
I tripped to death. Okay, yeah. All right, that's terrible. Thank you for telling me that. That's gonna haunt my nightmares.
I'm gonna keep like that in my back pocket, where I'm just gonna tell you all the fucked up.
Oh god, she's just gonna come up.
Every mission you're on, she's like, by the way, one of the times you died, you literally strangled yourself with your own uniform. I don't know how. I showed up and you were just hanging there. I don't know what happened. This was before the Dominion.
There's gonna be missions now where you're just about to go to do something, and I'll go.
It's just
This seems like a day 15. Like this seems like a day 15, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, like, you sure? You sure you want to do that?
By the way, this is why Starfleet officers shouldn't do that in character, because that exact problem would happen. They'd be like it's just they'd use it in everyday life, little things, and people be like, oh, crap. Okay, so I have a phaser. Obviously, I arm myself. I turn to Vera, and then I don't, and then I'm like, all right.
We should prep.
Do me hang on. Actually, let me think about this for a second. Have anyone in this timeline, in this stream, have I yet assigned people to the turrets?
No.
64 people are assigned to the turrets.
Before Commander Alexei even wants
Before he shows up.
Okay.
Go to the turrets, get ready to repel the oncoming Dominion invade. Go.
Okay.
And I also send, since we have more people, since 6 engineers are fine, I distribute 2 each of those to each of the transporter pads.
Okay. Because one of them still needs to be fixed. At least.
And then I go to, which one needs to be fixed?
The one on the starfighter you were on.
Okay. Is it starfighter 1 or 2?
1.
Okay. So I turn to Vera and I'm like, what are we facing? Like you've been through this before. How many ships? What exact configuration?
How many was it? I forgot.
Oh, you guys never found out.
We never knew.
Oh, no, we found out.
And I know that, but my character doesn't. So my character turns to you and says, how many ships?
It's up to you how honest you want to be. It's like every timeline it was different. I don't know.
Oh my God. They just said different ships each time? That's some serious chaos effect right there.
One that came in, they were just literally asking for you, and I gave you up
just for
a second.
You gave yourself up. We transported you to them, and they transported you into space, and then started firing.
And then we had a
something about Kira Nerys sends her regards.
No, how did they know? I mean, not that I care.
They all just got a high on Catch Yourself White.
So you don't know, is what you're telling me.
Yeah, I have no clue. I'm imagining all that actually. I said all that out loud.
I'm totally okay. So as we're running to ship 2, which is what we're doing, I like to think that you're telling that story as we're going, and I'm just sitting here like,
she knows nothing. No, I just feel like your character just like.
Oh no, yeah, I'm probably totally blasé about it. Yeah, like, yeah.
Fucking with me.
It's just.
Yeah, no, it's like I have no idea. All I know is that in about, however long it was, 10 minutes, they're going to try and beam down here. But I think our shields are in better shape this time.
Yeah, well, good. Do we have sensors on this stupid fighter?
Oh, so, when you walk in, you rush and you go to you're going to fighter 2?
Yes.
There's actually, a guard does come up and says, excuse me, do you have authorization?
No. We're about to be attacked by Dominion ships. We need to figure out what they are and how many they are. Please let us in.
He says, I'm sorry, I'll need authorization before I can let you in the...
I pull out my phaser.
Director, what's her face? Let us into ship 2 now. And I maintain eye contact with him the whole time.
Actually, something fun.
Go ahead.
I touched the back of my tongue. The thing so I can pull up his name.
Okay. It's Lieutenant Jarek.
Lieutenant Jarek. All right, I go. Lieutenant Jarek.
Jerk. You got to say it right.
Jerk. Lieutenant Jerk. Do I know Alexi's name at this point?
No.
No.
I haven't mentioned him. I don't think I've met him.
Alexi's still looking for you guys. He's like, where the fuck is this dude? He was supposed to be in the.
He's busy doing his freaking job. Anyways, sorry.
Yeah. I'm gonna try and intimidate the dude and say, Lieutenant Jerk, we're
That's not my name.
Whatever the fuck is name.
Whatever, it doesn't matter. Your name is unimportant. All right, go ahead.
No, I say whatever his actual name is just to get him off balance. It's like the Dominion is coming, and we need this ship to help to save everyone on the station.
Okay, you want to give a presence? Yeah, presence plus command.
In Cyberpunk, this would be a cool roll.
Ooh, oh yeah.
I like cool rolls.
2 successes. Apparently, I can do all the social fucking rolls.
Yeah. When it's literally life or death, but for the fun stuff, awesome.
Yeah.
You get a thing, which is not an ops dice. I don't know why I grabbed that. Get a momentum. So you guys have 3 momentum. So you, he's like, okay, yes, sir. And he just goes. And the director says, afterwards says, Lieutenant Sherrick, let him in, or whatever. And then
oh dear God.
So you guys
Bridge,
are
Science Station, Vera, go. What do we got?
I go check and see how many Dominion ships we got coming.
1 Dominion. You see on sensors, it says you see 1 Dominion warp signature making a beeline for the planet.
How big?
You can give me a roll for it, which would be.
I like to think I'm literally looking over her shoulder, and I have no idea what I'm looking at. Of course, I'm just like.
Do you want to be that close? I'm just like.
Yeah, you're just.
All of a sudden, I get an elbow in my gut.
You're just agreeing with her. It's like, yeah, that definitely looks like one of those.
Yeah, that's Romulan, I think. It's green on the map, so it's.
Give me.
It's Borg. It's great.
Give me. He just screams.
Yeah, it's just full tilt.
It's just like God, fuck.
Give me a reason plus sciences. Reason plus science.
Reason plus science. I just rolled for it, so that's 16. So they're both successes.
Okay. Then the computer will, in fact, help you out as well.
Mr. Lieutenant.
Get another momentum. It, from what you can tell, can't be bigger than a starfighter.
Oh, thank God.
Not a starfighter. I'm sorry. No, yeah, attack ship. That's what it is.
It's a beetle.
That is, yeah, that is. But those are 2 drastically different things. So I'm glad you corrected me. It is a beetle. It's a warship.
Yeah, that's why I was making sure there. Okay, so we have actually seen this thing recently. In fact, if my mental timeline is correct, we've seen these things today.
Yeah, I would say, is it the same ship from before? Probably.
Can you even tell?
Yeah, you can't tell.
I was going to say, is there anything? Do they send off IEDs or EIDs or whatever?
Not that you guys would be able to pick up.
Yeah, I mean, I've played STO. I know what Dominion ships are named. They're named 5563875543.
Right. That's
which is actually
creative.
Cool.
Very creative.
But, so I'm looking at that and I'm like, And I turned to Vera. Did our shields go down in the other timeline?
Yeah, I'm just honest. Like the fusion core was crapping out, and the transporters, the shield went down, and they came in. So we're in a better position now than we were before.
I was gonna say, I think we've got that fight.
To make it a little bit to be more precise, the armor was pierced, is what was said. Just when you're talking to him, you actually say shield.
Oh, right. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. We don't have. Well, I mean, we do, but they can. In this current point in time, can they beam through our shields?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So I look at that.
However, again, something Vera would notice, being the wonderful science officer that she is.
Yeah.
There was no beaming in or attempt to attack by Dominion until the armor was pierced. You heard the armor has been pierced or whatever I said, and then all of a sudden,
that's right, yeah,
beaming in started happening.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So yeah, I tell you that. So they pierced our armor and they beamed in.
I can think of two.
And the armor's good now. So.
I can think of 2 general strategies. One is to just dig our heels in. The other is to dig our heels in and also send a ship out to get out a distress call.
And sending it towards the wormhole.
The basic idea is what's the warp capability of this stupid thing?
That you're in.
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and give it to you. It has a warp 7.
So not great, but not terrible. The general idea is to head out and then run towards the wormhole in this thing, shouting as we go, basically. Actually,
here, one sec. My cat's meowing to get let out. One sec.
Okay. I turn to the Vera GM because this is actually a question for Vera in character, and I want to know how possible it would be to automate that right now.
Sorry about that.
I know that's not actually that easy. That's why I'm asking.
That's more engineering too. If you want to, you can try a insight plus engineering. So you were just asked if you could automate the systems.
To just send it and.
Well, the idea is automate the ship going up, warped. So it's thinking in a programming terms. It has to get into orbit. It has to set a course to the wormhole and warp that direction. And it has to start beaming out the distress call. And honestly, probably like when it gets through to the wormhole, come out of warp. That would be another line in the programming.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe go through the wormhole. Like that's getting complicated at that point. So let's try to just get to the wormhole.
Cool. Because I mean, yeah, we could just kind of like send it off into oblivion, like an Epstein drive, like that in the Expanse. Just it goes and sends a signal.
That worked really well for Epstein.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Yeah. In that one, he did kill himself. All right. Oh wow, that's spoilers. Oh, yeah. Okay, that's been out forever though. But I'm sorry, that was.
It's like whatever. Yeah, it's whatever.
Oh, I'm not supposed to say that because Lore Runner's here. We need to. That never happened. Hold on. We can't talk about that. The hell was that? Anyway, what are we doing?
What are the chances of programming the ship to do this? I mean, it's not even a full ship. This is the only reason I'm even asking this is this isn't a cruiser. This is a fighter. I think we could program a shuttle to do this. After all, Twitface McGee in the episode Paradise in DS9 managed that with the runabout. Now, she failed at it, if you remember, and that's how they got out.
Insight plus
Ninja, please. Pour those.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, he's dead.
He's still. We didn't even save him in this timeline.
No. In this timeline, he's just super mega dead.
Oh no, I guess he's still with Moga.
You should totally roll to see if we save him each timeline, just for the humor of it.
Well, technically, I guess Mogus got him every time.
Oh, God dang it! That's right.
You don't need to stop remembering stuff, man. You make it real hard to surprise you with things.
Look, it's literally my job to analyze fiction. What do you want from me?
Oh my God!
Yeah, I'll turn my brain off. Discovery is amazing. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Ouch!
Did he survive? Maybe we should take that offline. I'm sorry, I'm still on the Expanse thing. Did he ever survive? I was never.
He died.
I'm not going to spoil. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. Fuck.
You can tell me.
I wasn't going to spoil it.
That was entrapment. Is what
that was. It was just like,
no, I just.
Was it his sled? Could you answer that for me?
No, it was confusing.
So the Expanse season 4. Actually, I've read all the books. I can tell you how the books end. Anyways.
I've read the books too, actually.
They're great.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're gonna roll.
So roll for automation.
Insight engineering. We've been waiting for that for like 5
I'm gonna
No, I like to think that I asked her the question and she just stalls. Like,
have you read the Expanse books? They're great. Nemesis games is fucking fantastic.
And I'm just staring at her like, isn't that like 2 century old? Actually, no, it's gonna be 4 century old at this point. Fiction, like.
Yeah, but James S.A. Corey, man.
She pauses a second. How would you know about 4 century old?
Earth.
Look, classical Earth literature is something I'm interested in as a Bajoran.
As a Trill, I mean, everyone pays attention to American culture circa 21st century.
That's true.
Yeah.
That is true. It's alpha canon, to use your own terminology.
Exactly.
All right, so
I did get a success and a failure, but can I burn a momentum?
Yes, burn.
Was it a critical failure?
No, not a critical.
Okay, so did you want to burn the momentum?
Yeah, I'll burn a momentum. So
okay,
two successes, I guess.
All right, cool. So you get a momentum. Fair
enough.
You should be able to. Yeah, it'll be pretty rudimentary, but you should be able to.
Right.
Do it. Freaking do it.
Okay.
And I will ask forgiveness later for burning one of their fighters.
So to roll control plus engineering to program it, and it'll be on its way.
And so 12. That was, what did I roll?
Well, you're rolling.
Yeah, 1 success and 1 failure, but I'll burn another momentum to do it.
Okay, so you don't want me to tell you if it's successful or not. You're just going to burn momentum before.
I would.
I mean, because I feel like you have to. I mean.
You're right. I would actually. You do. I was just joking with you. So yeah, you burn a momentum. Yeah. And
here's a quick question about momentum, because if we go over, I mean, if we go over, I just earn the momentum. You
get the momentum right. That's what I just said. Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. So there's. I mean, the risk is just wasting it if we keep successing. But I guess there's low risk to just always use momentum, right? Or am I reading that wrong?
Or there could be a chance that you need it and you'll burn it a lot quicker. I mean, in theory, you could do that. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
if you abuse it, I might GM change that though. If it's I'll just burn 4 momentum on everything I do, and then I'll be like, okay, so
no, I got you.
That's going to be a home rule that gets changed. All right. Anyway, So
I
you
burn
it.
one momentum. And,
It's successful. You guys get off, and it takes off and starts going. Okay, so here's what happens. As the ship begins to what do you guys do after you send it out? Let's start with that.
Well, first I'm having nightmares of Ethan Phillips in a
I was gonna say, how did we get on Neelix over here? I like jumped back to the
donated and asked for
was...
what we thought about Neelix.
I'll just quick say this because someone donated. My least favorite character in all of Star Trek, period. So
I like the actor a lot.
He's
a great actor.
Ethan Phillips is wonderful.
But they I kind of agree. Like he's not the worst for me, but they ruined him. They could have done so much. He gets a lot better in season 6 and season 7 when they stop trying to use him as a joke character and start using him as a character.
Yeah, my biggest thing was just his treatment of Kes. But
anyways. Oh my god, I don't even want to get into that.
The concept was interesting. They just never did anything with it. And Runner, you did a good job of this. They tried to make him sound wise. Well, and SF Debris did too. They tried to make him sound wise, and everything he says actually is pretty stupid. And you don't even have to think about it all the way. Like, and this one was SF Debris, not you, but you've done a lot too. It's like he did one. He's like, if you come to a fork in a road and you have two options, take a third path. Yeah, and SF Debris points it out. He's like, the third path is to turn right back around.
Screw it. That would be a very Neelix thing. No, I will also say, just in my opinion, the suicide episode with Neelix is actually among my favorite Voyager episodes.
I remember that was a thing, but I forgot how it went.
It's just really well done. They take basically he dies for like 14 hours or whatever, and they science him back, and he completely freaks out over it. Because understandably,
there was nothing, right? He
remembers nothing. There was no afterlife. There was no people. There was nothing, and he freaks out hard. And the episode actually handles it really delicately and really well. And again, Ethan Phillips manages a good job of that. That one episode is what I point to when people say something good about Neelix.
My oh sorry.
No, go ahead.
Well, my thing with him was, and I did do there's a part of a video about him on this. It's just like the treatment of Neelix, where it was just the typical thing that they kind of do with a lot of male characters, that he displays a lot of possessiveness, but it's framed as like okay at the end of the day because he learned his lesson, and then the next episode he's just as possessive.
Yeah. Again, him stalking his own girlfriend has always pissed me off. That was a season 2 episode.
And then his jealousy with Tom Paris was also extremely frustrating as well, which was stupid.
So I'm going to say this, and then we got to get back to it. This is more Voyager related. Taking away the American Indian thing, because that was horrific. I liked most of the religion ones that they focused on. Like even the one with the Klingon afterlife or whatever. Yeah, what I liked
of the Dead.
What I liked about it, most all of the religious ones gave enough interpretation so everybody could see one way or the other.
Like, of course, it was written by Ronald D. Moore.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It always felt like
maybe, by the way,
maybe it is or maybe it's not. It just depends on which side you want to believe, and both have some feasibility. I just like that. I think that was really well done. So
I mean, that's probably the best way you could do it, with sticking to like Gene Roddenberry's like religion is stupid line. But
yep.
Also, I'm just going to answer that next question really quickly. No.
It's fantastic. They took over the. Do you think the Baku could beat Species 8?
No.
What? Yeah. No.
No.
The Baku don't even know how to define technology. They don't like technology unless it's like a shovel or irrigation.
I was going to say, they have pretty advanced architecture.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Pay attention.
And their clothes are immaculate for a species that doesn't use any type of...
Yeah, no, we have... If you use a machine to do the work of a man, you take away something from the man.
But take that against like good architecture versus essentially the Death Star.
I'm pretty sure the Death Star would win. That's just my take.
Against Species 847.
So the ship takes off.
Anyways, yes, let's get back to the game.
Ship takes off.
We should probably get ahead of asking forgiveness for what we just did.
Well, you hear Lieutenant Saito and Lieutenant Vera and Lieutenant Phlox. Damn it, Moga. Report.
Can't pronounce my name right, and you can't say his name at all.
What is it? Saito? Is it Saito?
Sito.
It's Saito. I said Saito.
No, you did not.
Yeah, you said Saito.
I don't feel like that's what happened. All right.
We can check the VOD if you want.
Well,
I'm amused. This
well,
amuses the hell
no,
out of
I'm
me.
just saying VODs can. I mean, depending on what happens. And
Facts
rates.
are meaningless. They can be used to prove anything.
I'm just saying recording rates and stuff can elongate words when things weren't said. So, anyway, Cito, and Vera and Moga all come to the operations center.
So, just as a heads up, a lot of my people are currently manning your guns to defend us against a Dominion ship. Also, I may have taken one of your fighters and sent it to get some freaking help through the wormhole. FYI.
When you walk in, it's like, now don't be mad. Before I tell you.
Oh, no. There's no apology in this voice. This is me laying it out. This is what's happening.
I just go, also, I've gotten very good at killing us all.
Okay.
Several times.
She don't.
She's like, wait, what?
Don't listen to her. Do not.
I've seen you die 25 times. Every time she says it, the number goes up.
Yeah. I've seen you die 100 times now.
30 times.
All right. So anyway, before she motions, she asks real quickly, how do you think Tribbles could join the Federation?
All right, so moving on.
Is this a check?
No, we're done. That's all the answer you're getting. Moving on.
She motions to the screen, and she says, "I'm actually very aware." She's like, We're gonna get back to what you just said about me dying a lot, but I'm actually very aware. Put a pin. We're coming back to that. I'm actually very aware of what you've done. She motions. You see the actual Federation logo moving off. And then the Dominion one actually coming in. It's actually veering, going for it.
Is it in range of our shots when it's veering? I'm just curious.
No, it's away from them. So it's going off the planet. It's going towards. I don't know if you guys are looking at me, but it is headed like in the upper left, away from the planet. And the Dominion was coming towards the planet, and now it's moving to intercept it. And she looks between you, and she says, luckily, your plan appears to have worked. There is a ship on its way back. A Starfleet vessel. We can't even pick it up on our sensors, but they're communicating with us. At this point, I've decided we're going to blow the installation up and be on our way. It would appear the Dominion have become aware that there's still life on New Bajor.
Well, I'd say something about that, but that was in a timeline that didn't happen.
I spent all this goddamn time trying not to blow this place up.
It's okay. This time we don't die.
I tried to save you 30 times.
This time we don't blow up with
40
it, though.
times.
So it's we're up to 40 now. We're up to 40.
Yeah. 40 times I've saved this damn place, or failed to save it, I should say. Anyways, I forgot where we were, but yeah. So I guess we got time to evacuate.
To what? And I say that in character. To what?
She says, "Well, we do have the one starfighter. However,
that's not going to fit 100 and however many people.
About 200 people. She just says about 200.
So you got an Akira class size of a starship crew.
She says the vessel, as I stated, is on its way. We're hoping that it'll be able to beam us up before the Dominion can turn around. So at the moment, I am setting the system to overload, reducing all power to everything but life support, as well as security in the transporters. And we're going to begin getting our people out of here as quick as possible." She says, at this point, I'm going to need you to keep your people under control. We're going to have them in a we're going to have them in a cargo bay where they will be able to be transported up to the ship. As we stated before, this is a Starfleet intelligence base of operations. I'm going to have Commander Alexei, who has not been able to find you and has been looking for you, assist you in getting your people off. I would encourage you to impress upon them that this is a Starfleet intelligence base.
We're not going to tell them that it's Section 31.
Yeah. Well, you're in operation, so that doesn't phase her all that much. That actually, she nods.
Everyone knows. Yeah.
Yeah, she nods her head for a second. She says, "Should you decide to tell them that it's Section 31, first, it won't go anywhere, and we will have to deal with them on an individual basis. So I'm asking you, at this moment, if you can please make our jobs and their lives a little bit easier, and simply alert them that this is a Starfleet intelligence."
I was already going to do that. In fact, I'm going to go do that right now, Vera.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm in.
Okay. So,
and then Sonia Gomez walks in and spills a drink on Picard for some reason.
At this point, because it's getting a little late, I'm going to fast forward it a little bit.
I want to make sure we track that Dominion weapon. That's the only thing I want to do. You can, however you want to do it, but we need to keep an eye on that thing.
Sure. So
is this, in this timeline, did I have the Dominion weapon with me, right?
Yeah. So it's actually under the purview of the guards for section 31. So do you want to? So here's the thing: we're gonna have at least one more interaction. If you want to talk to them, we can have 2 interactions, just to make sure. What exactly are you keeping control on it for? What do you want to do?
Trying to think how to phrase this as simply as I can. We need to not let that weapon simply vanish into Section 31.
Okay.
And so that's the summary.
So you we'll have you take up that conversation with Alexei. So how would you pitch it? Pitch it as if you're pitching it to Alexei.
Well, see, I can't quite blackmail him now because the blackmail is gone. I want to.
I wish I had learned some information about him in other timelines.
Yeah, I wish I had any idea who this person was. Hello.
Tell me about Jesse.
Tell me all about yourself. And we talked for like 3 minutes.
He goes back through that. He's like, I have a name, and it's a good name too.
And there's this pause, and the whole thing plays out all over again.
This time I'm just sitting there, like going like, oh, this is so dramatic and cool.
I wish I had been here the first time.
Yeah, this is great.
What are you going to do with the Polaron weapon?
So he pauses a moment, and he looks like he's thinking things through, and then he finally says, so all the cards on the table, we're going to be looking at ways that we can replicate the weapon, as it does appear to be effective not only against Starfleet technology, but that of Romulan and Klingon and Cardassian, after which we have replicated the weapon. We're going to turn it over to Starfleet intelligence. While replicating it, we're of course going to see if we can find ways to defend against it as well, but that's not going to be the main concern.
Damn, I'm not going to do I'm not going to be evil. I'm not going to be evil. I so could.
What do you want to do?
No. Let's just say I had some wonderful blackmail lined up and just kind of brush them. What I am instead going to do is I'm going to think for a moment. I'm going to say, well, it makes perfect sense to me that Starfleet intelligence would take this weapon in order to further look into it, since that was our mission to begin with. And that is, of course, what I'll say in my report. I do expect we'll see some results on this soon.
He nods his head. We, of course, you'll see. I feel confident Starfleet intelligence will receive it in a very quick manner. Again, we're on the same side.
I think we broke him.
That's my real laugh. I'm told my real laugh is very villainous. I swear. I'm
it
not
is. I thought you were joking.
I thought
no,
you
that's
were
just
doing
me actually laughing legitimately.
I remember you saying that too. You said that a couple of times in your video. That is.
Yeah, actually. No, I apparently have a terrifying laugh. I'm trying.
He pauses a moment. He says, you know, I can see how important this is for you. Interestingly enough, I'm told that there will be a ship in the near future that will be needing to test experimental systems to make sure that they work out appropriately, and then to ensure that they get to the right places where they were designated for. Would you be interested in perhaps working on a commission with that to ensure that things are taken care of?
One quick glance at Vera.
I mean, yeah. Sorry, I lost track of something.
Do you want to be working kind of for Section 31?
Well, what he just said, he's like, well, if you're worried about it, why don't we have you take care of it?
Yeah.
I mean, well, yeah, that sounds fine with me. I mean, I figured that this is where it was leading. I'm cool with it for now.
I mean, you can always betray them and then help the Dominion.
Yeah.
So I would love to join the Dominion. You have no idea. I'm not going to do it because it's not in this character's character. But
the next time I make a character,
next character is totally switching to the Dominion. No. So I glance at Vera. She knows me.
Yeah, I give you a nod.
Yeah. She does the nod, and I look back and I'm like, all right, why don't we work forward with that?
He says,
I expect you'll be in touch.
He says, I'll be in touch with, assuming we survive this, which I think we will within the next few days. He also pauses a moment. He says, though there is a caveat, given that your doctor is a wild card, he is going to be stationed there as well. And he hands you the thing before you can answer and walks off.
Wait, what? No, wait, no!
No! God, dear God.
We have been shackled!
On the intercom. This reminds me of a time.
God, I rip the intercom off and literally fling it to the ground and just start stomping on it.
As it fades to black, you just hear like echoing menacingly in the.
Yeah, it's just, there's not even on the intercom or anything. He's nowhere inside.
It's just you just hear him. Wonderful. I can't do his voice, but yeah.
It's just like the sound of the hammer at the end of Endgame. We're just
yeah. That's all it is.
All right. So,
you want to chop it there?
No, there's one more interaction.
Oh, right. Sorry.
So you get on the vessel. It is actually a Excelsior class, believe it or not. Though it's never really explained why they weren't able to detect it beforehand, and that doesn't come up. Luckily, the ship.
Excuse me.
Luckily, the ship somehow, when your crew's transported on, you are specifically kept away from engineering, from the bridge and such. But one thing you do know is somehow the Dominion ship never picks you up. You do know the Starfighter was utterly destroyed, and the Dominion returned to what is a nuclear wasteland. With no idea of what had occurred. You find yourself on the other side of the wormhole, and you were been called into for debriefing. And both of you are there, along with Phlox, who apparently may have been drugged because he's being rather quiet, and you're okay with that. In walks Commander Alexei, and he nods his head to you for a second, and then the GM tries to buy a little time so he can pull up the thing.
I'm actually just idly curious. Is this the Lakota?
Are you on the Lakota?
I'm just curious.
No, it's not the Lakota. But that would have been good. I wish
that would have been great. That was exactly what I was thinking as soon as you mentioned it.
Yeah. What's the Lakota?
You remember Homefront, where there's that super Excelsior that fights the Defiant, and it's loyal to Admiral Layton?
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay.
No, I wish I had thought of that though. But I'm trying to keep it within too. So I mean, I guess because they wouldn't have been caught. But anyway,
suddenly it's the Lakota.
Yes, it's like welcome to the Lakota.
We've renamed the ship. It's
just now.
We changed it and then changed it back and then.
Well, that's how they keep hidden. That's how nobody tracks it. They just keep changing the name.
It's like my internet passwords. I just cycle through 3 of them.
Yeah, just. Mm-hmm.
One more second, guys. I'm sorry. We're almost done. I'm a little
That's
tired.
okay.
No, it's not okay.
It's totally okay. Hashtag screw CBS. I agree. We should always spread that message.
Oh man, I'm all about that. Well, I have to buy all my STO
Don't
ships.
forget to watch Star Trek Picard renewed for season 2.
I can't
with a different showrunner. With a different showrunner.
That did sadden me. I mean,
what?
I think.
I think it's more just he wanted to go do.
Yeah, I think he was given. I don't think there's anything out there. Anything.
That isn't necessarily bad, but it's never going to be good.
So Alexei, one second. Alexander, thank you so much for giving, man. I'll be happy to respond to those. If you send to james@lorereloaded.com, I can answer the questions. Or next time I'm on by myself, I'll be happy to answer. Thank you so much. And really, shout out to Morgan. I have to think, while I'm thinking about it, has been said the Sovereign class has 1 quantum torpedo launcher. If that's the case, how'd they send out 3 during the battle for Sector 001? Sorry I'm getting this late to it, but I imagine it's like if you watch what happened with the Enterprise D, they fired 1 torpedo out and then it split into 3 and attacked. I imagine that's probably something similar to that off the top of my head and tired. But if you want more than that, I'll be happy to go into that at a later point too. I mean, Runner, if you have some thoughts on that, or Jesse, you guys can talk about it too. But
yeah, my thought is your website is terrible, dude. When would you last update this?
Yeah, that's what we need to talk about.
Oh my god!
You want to know why I'm a business
dude.
consultant? It doesn't even have the appropriate. I mean, it doesn't even have the appropriate safeties or whatever. Yeah,
I was gonna say I had to do 2 separate exceptions to even load the page.
Yeah, I know. That's why I want to talk to you. Look, we're going to talk about that later, okay? But right now, you guys are in the thing, and in walks Alexei, and he nods his head and he says,
and I pull up my phaser and shoot him,
and he's dead. And red alert goes off because the phaser has been fired.
I go, whoa!
you put your hands up.
We'll
Nobody's
loop
there.
back in time, and then you can tell me all about it.
God damn it!
No, you're like,
Just
we're
'cause I
way
was in a
past
loop.
that. Yeah, we need a nuclear fission.
Oh god, no! Okay, quick! And I run down to the warp core and shoot the phaser right at the warp core.
It has to be a nuclear fission.
Why is this nuclear?
Wait, I'm also just imagining now. I'm like, if we were ever at a bar again, I'm gonna be like, hey, so I just was in a time loop. You go and hit on that girl right now. It's gonna.
Oh, that's mean. That's mean. I'm totally gonna do it too. I'm gonna be like, oh, well, okay then.
Anyways, Alexa.
Alexei walks in and he says, he looks up to you. He's like, well, congratulations, commanders.
Oh, hey, look, a promotion.
He tosses he takes a pad and he tosses it onto the table that's near you. He says, each of you have been promoted to lieutenant commander. So allow me to be the first to welcome you and to say that I think you are going to enjoy your service upon the USS Venturous.
Hang on, I grab the pad and see if Moga's on it.
It is. He's a lieutenant. He's right there with you.
Yeah.
Well, he's like staring off into space, drooling at the moment. So
I used the pad to kill him before he can.
quick! It's the only way. I'm sorry, the Ventress.
Yeah, the Venturous. The Venturous.
Oh, that's a little different than the Ventress. Star Wars. Anyways,
I will say
there's a ship called the USS Venture, and I wanted to use the word venture, and that's how we got to Venturous.
Gotcha. Oh. I will say, just in characters, thinking about my character's stuff that I have for her, she's kind of like conflicted about getting promoted into a command role. So she kind of looks at the pip or whatever. But
my character completely stonewalls, but inside he's literally doing cartwheels in his head.
He says, as your new captain, I think that we are going to work out very well together. He walks over to the wall and taps on a button, and what appears up is a Oberth class vessel.
Of course it is.
As his hands come behind him, and he says, I want you to get some rest in about a month, in a couple of weeks. We're going to get to work. By the way, that was voted on by everybody.
I was actually wondering what was with the Ober thing, because I noticed that in your comments in your chat. And it's just,
yeah, I did a poll.
Why would you saddle us with an Oberth?
You had a.
You know what? Of course, you know what an Oberth is.
That's why they did. And today I did a video.
I saw that on the Peace O' Crap. That's actually the USS Peace O' Crap. Oh my god.
I'm looking.
Can we decline the?
I drag Vera to 10 forward equivalent, and we're getting totally wasted. We're
I do the you can hit on this girl thing.
I get slapped.
I don't know what to tell you. That didn't happen the first time round.
What did I say last time? And I only believe it because I'm drunk. Like, what did I say last time?
You were complimenting Moga, actually.
I go back over and I'm like...
You were talking about Phlox.
Phlox is the greatest... Where are you going? Hey, come back.
No, he actually gets lucky. That's how it turns out. Actually,
Oh
works.
God, no! That's even worse.
God damn it! I will say just one thing because I'm trying to think of actual character arc stuff. Feel free to do with this what you will, but after witnessing the death of the other crew member and like thinking about their family, I sent a message to my parents saying I want to reach out.
I thought you were going to reach out to Jesse.
Just want you to know she loves you and your son.
Yeah, just
hold on to that.
In another timeline, I sent her to her death, and she wanted you to know that she loved you and her son. It's like she's right here.
You ever wonder how many Starfleet personnel just get like that? In an alternate timeline, you died, but it's okay, and they love you. Just so you know.
Just want to say she went out like a champ.
She did. I've never seen skin peel and someone be as in much pain as she was.
I pull her up and just viscerally describe. It's like, so your face was like this.
It was like taking a razor and just cutting the skin off.
But
the blood had evaporated, so it was just like the meat tendon. If you've ever seen a pork loin in a refrigerator, it looked just.
That's what you look like on the inside.
When radiation is bombarding you from every side and you don't have anything to defend yourself with. All right. So anyway, that's where we're going to end. It's going to be funny because Katwalski's going to come back. He's like, wait a second, we're on what ship?
Yeah, we're on an Oberth. You're promoted. Congrats.
Yeah.
Also, you have the captain.
Yeah, you have the captain's head and or body. We're not actually sure of the connection of the two.
Or if they're connected.
Or if they're connected.
So the way it's going to work is you will be head of science, the science division. I'm going to give you an option, Cito.
Tactical or security?
Tactical or security. Tactical has a little bit more control over security, but I always thought it was stupid that they were combined, so that's not the way it's going to work.
Agreed.
So if you want to think about that, or you can let me know. And then
Tactical.
Obviously Phlox is going to be head of... getting everything. I heard you. It's not going to matter. He's not going to. Security's going to be dead, and they're going to come in. And he's like, "Oh, look, cadavers."
God damn it! Can we not have him be in charge of medical?
It's like
that's just a Mengele situation waiting to happen.
Yeah, I still believe he's like Mir. Like we come back and he's like dressed in the Phlox uniform from In a Mirror Darkly.
Oh God, yeah.
I'm just saying, it's awesome. It's like, oh look, another cadaver, and it's like, no, I'm still alive. And then the only thing you hear is. Then the doors close.
Screaming, just endless screaming.
It's like whenever we introduce, like, don't ever get sick on this ship. Whenever
yeah, that's the thing. Nobody ever needs medical assistance.
It's like
there's like a black market for people to get health or like medicine and whatnot. For it's just as long as they can do anything to get away from that med bay.
But the captain's blissfully unaware. So like someone's on the bridge like has a clear cold, and the captain's like, "You should go down and get checked out." And they're like, "No,
I'm fine.
I'm good."
On the floor hitting the buttons. Just let me go.
I've got this. Give me some. No, he just takes the Dayquil and just starts chugging it right there. Like, I'm fine.
All right. So, guys, I want to thank you guys so much for watching. It has been a lot of fun. Definitely check out Jesse Gender. You can go to youtube.com and put in Jesse Gender or youtube.com / what is it, Lost Trekkie?
Lost Trekkie. I need to get that. I need to talk to you about getting that changed.
Yeah, you can send that in. We'll talk about it. And then you also can check out Lore Runner. Lore Runner actually has his own YouTube channel, and which is really cool. And he breaks down all of the lore specifically. He takes it from a different bent than me. He looks at the real world impacts and actually talks about those, which is kind of interesting and means me and him disagree a lot. He also has a lot of different takes on stuff, like stuff that I don't, and I like stuff that he doesn't, which I hear almost all the time now. So definitely check it. youtube.com / Lore Runner, or if you really want to help him, youtube.com / The Lore Runner or twitch.tv / The Lore Runner.
You could just, as an aside, you could just go to lorerunner.com because my website works. And
guys, whatever you do, don't go to his website or anything. Don't even support him in the slightest. So, I mean, if we're going to be like that, if it's like that.
Oh, and if I may promote something, this Friday I have a video coming out that's best Star Trek Christmas episodes to watch for Christmas. So
nice.
that.
Cool. So it's going to be like an hour of black video.
I was gonna say, I'm trying to think of any Christmas episode.
that's the fun of it. I try to find, like, I think my Deep Space Nine episode is a Ferengi episode because Christmas is a capitalist nightmare.
So lorereloaded.com.
Don't go to lorereloaded.com. It won't work out well.
I have not been pimping that for over a year because it's been horrific. I want to, first off, again, I'm stealing all your ideas and I'm redoing my website
I'm gonna check this. I gotta check this out right now.
Oh, it's terrible.
Look,
I mean, no offense.
I haven't been.
No offense whatsoever.
No offense. I've just been talking crap for the last 2 hours.
Look, I'm just saying your website is crap. My website used to be crap too.
Mine just says potential security risk.
Yes, you have to put in a security exception to allow it through twice, depending on your browser.
Accept the risk. All right, there we go. Most recent video, Battlestar Galactica.
That was probably before I hit 15K subscribers too. Was a long time ago.
What's the timestamp on that? I'm actually curious now.
Guys, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And be here. What is next? Next week is.
Are we doing next week?
Yeah, I was going to talk to you guys about that. That's the 23rd. Technically, I could do it if you guys wanted to, but I don't know if you guys.
September 4th, 2017.
I could.
Oh God, I didn't even have 15,000 subscribers. I was less than 10,000 when I last updated that. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
Let me put it this way: if you guys really want to do it next week, I can. But I would.
That sounds like a no.
Yeah.
That sounds like a no.
I can. It's just I'll be visiting a friend. So
let me ask this: are they hot? No. The 30th.
I'm fine on the 30th.
I'm fine with the 30th too. Can you do 30th?
Yeah, I can do the 30th.
Okay, and Katwalski can do it because Katwalski didn't show up because he was tired and he's a baby. All of us are tired. All of us got other things we got to do. But only the people on here cared about me being able to make a living beyond Lore Runner, who just attacks everything I do, apparently. So
look, I criticize because I love.
I show up and support this guy every day when I can, and I just hear about what I've done wrong. All I'm saying is our anime arc is currently frustrating. Is all that is. Guys, thanks so much. Check out these guys. They're awesome. We like giving each other a lot of trouble, and we'll see you on the next. Where the hell's OBS? The next Lore